The third member of our crew. Great to be back with Laura Oakley.
Hi, Kevin. Last season, we had the same conversation every week with every team. How do you manufacture energy in empty stadiums? Not this week. Look at the difference. Dan Campbell, he had a message for this full house of fans. His message was simple: your energy feeds our energy. Saying, I expect them to be loud and rowdy, but I expect our guys to give them something to be loud and rowdy about. Kevin, here we go.
Here we go. Kyle Shanahan hoping to spoil the Dan Campbell start in Detroit and bring San Francisco back from a disappointing injury-plagued year. There's the head coach in his first year with the Lions. Brand new staff, and we are ready to go. And we are ready to get this one started, and the NFL season is underway. Godwin Igwebuike from 2 yards deep, he'll bring it out. Igwebuike looking for a little running room, fights his way to the 25-yard line. And the first time since 2008, no Matthew Stafford at the helm. Jared Goff starting for the Detroit Lions.
And he's got a tall task. We briefly touched on it in the open, but he mentioned to us that he's had his fingerprint. He's brought over some concepts from the Rams and McVay's offense. Look for some of those early and often to keep him comfortable from his new coordinator, Anthony Lynn.
Jamal Williams gets the start at tailback. DeAndre Swift's been banged up. Don't expect to see the same kind of reps that you'll see later in the year from DeAndre Swift today. And on first down, it's Williams, a hole up the middle, and the Lions on first down get the first down of the Dan Campbell era. And the strength of this Lions offense might be on this offensive line, even with Penei Sewell having to shift over to the left side, Mark, with the injury to Taylor Decker.
That's right. I talked to him in pregame, and you know what he said? I asked him about his breakfast this morning. He said, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I hope that's enough to handle Nick Bosa on the edge.
Yeah, not an easy task in your first game in the National Football League. You trained at right tackle all camp. Fake toss, Goff on the run, short to Hockenson. Another Lions first down, and TJ Hockenson all the way down to the 44-yard line of San Francisco.
And you know, Sean McVay used to love these nakeds, getting Jared Goff out on the edge by himself. We call it naked because there's nobody blocking him. Look, he got the cameraman. And they love these early completions. They instill confidence in your quarterback. This was huge for Jared Goff to get 1-for-1, get an early completion, and ease his way into this game.
Hockenson fired up after that 22-yard pickup to the 43. Here's Williams, second carry, and Williams gets two. Nick Bosa on the stop, and a name you'll hear all day long is Nick Bosa back from the injury. He's ready to go along that defensive line, looking for a huge season out of him. And in the linebacking core, Fred Warner may be the best linebacker in the league.
All-Pro last year. This guy's an absolute stud, and he's a new age linebacker. These guys can fit it up in the run game. He's tough enough, he's strong enough, and he's physical enough to do it, but he can run side to side. He's rangy now.
DeAndre Swift in for the first time at running back. Motion from St. Brown. Goff, pocket collapsing, and a little off target to Tyrell Williams. We're going to keep an eye on this matchup all day, Mark. Bosa versus Sewell.
Oh, absolutely, and look at him. His biggest thing is his get-off off the ball, and that's what he said he was working on all offseason. That's when he said he felt great in practice. Ooh, Jared Goff took a tough one there on his knee. Watch how this thing goes down. That is rough. That front knee right there. Look at that. Ooh.
First third down. This a 3rd and 8 for the Lions.
San Fran not showing pressure, but plenty of time for Jared Goff.
Goff will check short. Williams turns upfield, and there's Warner to make the stop. Shy of the first down at the 34. First decision for Dan Campbell on 4th down.
And this is going to be a tough one. Let's see what he goes with. Oh, they're telling him to quiet the crowd. Here comes in some heavy personnel. They're bringing in a couple tight ends. Expect a run. up the middle, expect potentially a fullback dive here, something up the middle to power ahead for that first down. But this is going to set the tone in this game. If they get this first down, momentum's on their side, and they're rolling.
This is a long 1 yard. The ball just inside the 35. They need the 33 for the first.
Motion them down, handoff left side.
And Williams stumbles out of his break, and the 49ers get the stop.
Exactly what you didn't want from the Lions. High risk, high reward. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them this time. They just got beat at the line of scrimmage.
49ers defense gets the stop. Lions turned away in Detroit.
Did breakfast burritos.
Lions opening drive stopped on first down as we kick off the National Football League season in 2021 with Mark Sanchez and Laura Oakland. I'm Kevin Kugler. Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers offense will start at their own 36-yard line on first down. Dwelly in motion, it's a fumbled snap.
Oh, we got a ball out.
And the ball scooped up by the Lions. A mishandled snap on the first play, and Detroit gets it right back.
Wow. Oh, no. Absolutely what you don't want. Let's see if Jimmy opens his hands a little bit. I don't know. That's a close one. He must have lost the feel for it, but that is a quarterback's worst nightmare on your first start. Hopefully he gets all the jitters out in one play. But what a momentum shift, because they had all the juice right there, and they just let it go.
Huge problem last year for San Francisco. 31 turnovers were second most in the league. 7 lost fumbles by quarterbacks last year. 1 lost fumble on the first play. Goff on first down. The handoff to Swift, and Swift dropped at the 34 by Dre Greenlaw.
And the first time we see DeAndre Swift, who had so much praise from his coach Deuce Staley. He's got that quick twitch to him, and they tried to hand him a quick little draw. Got plenty of yards on first down. Now listen, Detroit's got to remember, they're in the driver's seat. We're just on the fringe of this red zone. Let's be very smart. We got 3 points in the bag. No mistakes, Jared Goff.
I didn't know you quarterbacks were so confident in kickers. Trying to end around. That was a tough handoff to Khalif Raymond, but he's got terrific speed, and Raymond down to the 25-yard line.
Almost another ball on the turf. Wait till you see this handoff. This is not ideal in the backfield. They had some serious action going on and some defensive players in there trying to get that ball. He almost took the pitch from him, Kevin. Come on, man. That had to have the coordinators just holding their breath up top. But a great job by Khalif Raymond. One of those guys that they love on this team, making things right.
Samson Ebukam with the pressure in the backfield, and he nearly took that right out of the hands.
Be ready for
Jared
double
Goff.
post, Kev. Be ready for double post, the red zone shot that they like.
Swift in motion. Goff looking for the end zone for St. Brown. He had him open at the 5, just a little wide, and it's second down.
Just a little wheel route by St. Brown coming from the point of this bunch. He misses the snap count and runs right by the safeties. Oh, we got to hit that one, Jared. You don't get them open like that against this defense. They're tough. They're stingy inside the red zone. You got to nail that one.
Now past K'Wan Williams. And now second down and 10 at the 25. Goes to Swift, in trouble, and Swift is dropped for a big loss. Azeez Al-Shire all the way back to the 33-yard line. What a terrific defensive play, a loss of 8.
Watch this, they're gonna fake to the back here and get him on a screen outside. Here comes Jared Goff thinking, hey, we got these guys, we got the screen that we want, but they sniffed it out. They sniffed it out in the backfield. We missed the block up front. That's a tough one because that loses you yards right there. I would have expected hopefully just a run to keep it on track and get you to a 3rd and manageable, but here they are. Jared Goff, just get me a couple yards back. Let's make this thing right.
San Francisco blitzed 54% of the time last year on 3rd down. They will not here on 3rd and long. Goff checking short, and it missed Swift, the intended receiver. Williams in the area, but 4th and 18, and now a long field goal try for Detroit.
And that second down really hurt him, Kev. They were in the driver's seat. They had it going. Those kind of plays, same thing. High risk, high reward when you run those trick plays, those play action, throwback screens. You can have some big ones and some heartbreakers for the defense, but if it doesn't work out, it could push you back and put a lot of pressure on this kicker here.
51-yard try for Austin Seibert, already the 4th kicker in 2021 for the Lions. His long in his career is 53. Seibert on the way, and it curls wide left, and the Lions can't cash in on the 49ers' mistake. The fumbled snap doesn't cost San Francisco a point. We're scoreless in Detroit. To play the $1 million Fox Super 6 NFL contest, it's free and easy to play. Just scan the QR code now to download the app and correctly pick the outcomes of 6 of today's games for your chance to win big. Second possession for San Francisco from the 41-yard line. Toss to Raheem Mostert. A little zigzag to get to the edge, and Mostert into Lions territory at the 48-yard line. Some missed opportunities already for Detroit, Mark.
Oh, absolutely. And Bosa had some plans on the edge there for this play. This is an inside duo play, a bunch of double teams up front, and he comes in and blows this thing up on 4th down, gives the Niners the momentum, and then, of course, the missed field goal. That's a potential 6 points there if they would have kicked the field goal on 4th down. It's easy to go back in hindsight and say that, but they need momentum right now.
San Francisco at the Lions' 48-yard line. Dwelly in motion. Toss play Mostert. Mostert has great speed, gets into the secondary, and is down at the 39, a pickup of 9. Jimmy Garoppolo, we talked about it at the top of the broadcast, Mark. 6 games last season. That battle all camp long, but Jimmy Garoppolo holds on to the starting job to start this season.
He sure does, and his best friend's going to be Raheem Mostert and this offensive line. If they can continue to run the ball like this, he's going to be just fine, but he's got to get the snap first and settle into this game. I'd love to see them get him an easy, quick completion to settle his nerves a little bit.
Fake the toss. Here's that little short completion. George Kittle trying to turn it into a long completion, and Kittle fights his way down to the 16-yard line of Detroit. Tracy Walker finally stands him up after the 23-yard pickup.
And look at Kittle. He's going to fake the block right here and then get back out on the opposite side. Boom. Just slide around through the whole protection, slide underneath the defense. And look at that sequence of plays, Kevin. They go toss left, toss right, fake the toss left, give me a naked to Jimmy and an easy completion like we talked about. This is perfect. Jimmy's ready to roll. He's got to be sharp though.
And now he leads the game as we see in the red zone Trey Lance, the 3rd overall pick, the rookie from North Dakota State, makes his San Francisco debut. Lance fakes the toss, now drives up to the 15-yard line. We were talking with Kyle Shanahan yesterday, and when you look at his college numbers, you see it. He said he is not a wildcat quarterback. When I have him in there, I want him to run quarterback plays, not wildcat plays.
You're right, and they emptied the backfield for him. He had passing options on there. That was a run-pass option built in with a quarterback draw. So Kyle Shanahan's going to get nice and tricky with Trey Lance.
On 2nd down, Garoppolo back in, turns and hands to Elijah Mitchell, the rookie from Louisiana. Alim McNeil, the Lions rookie, on the stop, now 3rd down. So Kyle Shanahan said we'd probably see him a little bit today. But as the game goes on, he's going to decide, do I play him more? Do I not play him more?
And some of that too. Pick. Of course, the 3rd overall pick, but some of that is just to get these other teams practicing this stuff for the long haul. He wants to show a little bit of Trey Lance's trade package and see what's going to happen down the road for these teams. But Jimmy's got a big 3rd down here. If it ain't open, take the free points, bud.
Mohamed Sanu in motion. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Garoppolo looking that direction for Sanu, makes the catch and fights his way to the 5 for the 1st down. 3rd and 7. He gets it to the 5 before Jeff Okudah can take him out.
This is exactly why they bring in Mohamed Sanu. Look at him stem this route up, eye up the defender, see where the sticks are, and make sure he gets to the 1st down. That's a veteran move right there. A lot of guys run that route short, and they end up about a half-yard short on a 3rd down, giving the coach a tough 4th down decision.
So Garoppolo converts on 3rd, and Trey Lance, as you see Jimmy on the sidelines, back in at quarterback.
That is one of the toughest things for a quarterback, I gotta say. When you convert a 1st down and in comes your replacement, you can't get into a rhythm. Lance off the play fake, first pass, and it's a touchdown.
Trent Sherfield on the receiving end of Trey Lance's first career NFL touchdown pass.
And watch this route. We know this kid was tutored by Larry Fitzgerald. If you've been paying attention at all, this is a Larry Fitzgerald-like route. So much detail, went right in and out on the defender. Watch him sell this inside slant route. Bam, he got him with the eyes, slammed on the brakes, left him in the dust, and walks in for the touchdown. Great route by Sherfield. Somewhere around the country, Larry Fitzgerald smiling.
Mohamed Sanu called Trent Sherfield textbook Trent. That's a great example of it. A textbook route turns into a 49ers touchdown. Trey Lance, this NFL stuff's easy, says the rookie from North Dakota State. Right there to greet the youngster Trey Lance after his first NFL pass is a touchdown to Trent Sherfield, and San Francisco with a 7-0 lead as the two quarterbacks look over their work on the touchdown drive.
And listen, credit to Jimmy Garoppolo for being the ultimate pro right now, because those aren't easy hugs to give. He goes in, Trey Lance goes in and scores the first touchdown, throws a touchdown before you do. Man, like I said, credit to Jimmy for handling this the right way, saying and doing all the right things, but that's an uncomfortable hug, I'll tell you that.
Bobbled kickoff, return short of the 20-yard line. Tavon Wilson on the stop. Some storylines for this new-look Detroit Lions team. Patricia and Quinn out, Campbell, Brad Holmes, the general manager, in. They trade Matthew Stafford, Goff, a couple of first-round picks and a third. And they're trying to bolster this defense. It was a defense that was near or at the bottom of the NFL in almost every category last year. And Lions fans will say there's not much room to move down. You have only room to move up. They're hoping that this defense can make that move as the season goes along. On first down, Jared Goff looking for Hopkinson. The pass incomplete. Coverage from Jason Verrett, and it's second down and 10. Well, the new head coach of the Lions, 10-year NFL career. He spent 3 years in Detroit, and he is as energetic and as positive as one can be. He knows this city, and he knows, Mark Sanchez, what it would mean to bring a winner to Detroit.
Oh, he absolutely does. They're starving for that here, and we compared this to New Orleans with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. They got some serious work to do if they're going to make that look the same in this dramatic turnaround.
Second down, Williams, gaping hole up the middle, and Williams into the secondary and down at the 38-yard line. A pickup of 20 on the burst up the gut.
And this thing goes just right up the gut, guys. That's exactly what you want from your run game. Look at Hawkinson on the side, clearing out traffic. They leave Bosa unblocked, and he's not a problem because he's on the outside and they hit it so far inside. We see the game plan here is get the ball inside, attack the interior of this defense, because we know Javon Kinlaw, big number 99, is out.
Paul Williams now over 2,000 yards rushing in his career with that 20-yard burst. On first down and 10, Williams again gets the carry, and Williams powers his way to the 45-yard line. We were talking with Dan Campbell and offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn about Jamal Williams. They're really excited about what he brings to this offense, an offense that wants to utilize the run.
Oh, they love his ability inside, in between the tackles. Coming from Green Bay, he had a few touches up there, but this is his real chance to shine as their starter. They'll sprinkle in DeAndre Swift as well, but they're looking for number 30 to take the bulk of this load at running back.
Kabinda in motion on second down. Straight drop for Goff, four-man rush for San Francisco, and wide throw in the direction of the fullback, and a flag is down back at the 38-yard line.
Looks like it's on the defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 91. 15-yard penalty and automatic first down.
Eric Armstead roughing the passers. We hear from Brad Rogers for the first time today.
Let's see him coming off the right side here. There's big 91. Captain for this team. Maybe just a little extra. We'll see.
Got him up in the head.
And a good sell job by Jared Goff there. Give him an Emmy, folks. I love it. Whatever it takes to get a couple first downs, but I suggest they keep pounding the rock and pound it inside the tackle zone.
First down, just shy of the San Francisco 40. Goff, off play action pocket, collapsing, down he goes! Kentavious Street, who never had an NFL sack until that moment. His first is a loss of 10.
And he's got a chance, like we said, filling in for Javon Kinlaw. Watch him sneak through this protection up front. They did a great job on the play action. Goff's got time, he sees it, and then bam, he gets loose. Big 95. Way to play, kid.
Working against Jonah Jackson, a former Buckeye. A little problem handling Kentavious Street. 2nd and 20 back at midfield.
Just get back on track. Get me some yards. Get me to a 3rd and manager.
Play fake, pressure up the middle. Goff steps up short to Swift. Swift inside the 40 and down to the 38-yard line for the first time today. Back to our Fox studios and Krista Thompson.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Seahawks trailing 3-0 in Indy. Russell Wilson takes a snap. I'm not a business major, but this is a nice ROI. Return on this investment. Tyler Lockett signing that 4-year, $69 million contract has his squad up 7-3. Kevin, Mark, and Mark.
Mark already unhappy that Chris is not giving the quarterback the credit for that play. Instead, it's the wide receiver that gets the credit for the
Exactly right.
3rd and 8, Lions 0 for 2 on 3rd down this afternoon. Goff with pressure coming. Hawkinson with the catch, tiptoes inbounds, first down.
And look at this route by Hawkinson. Just gets outside leverage on on the cornerback here. Watch him. That ball's behind him. For him to track that thing, his cornerback just missed this thing. Verrett right there almost making that play. We're talking inches on that one. Great focus, great attention to detail by Hawkinson. That ball's got to be out in front. Jared Goff got away with one right there.
Two of the very best tight ends in the game. TJ Hawkinson and George Kittle on display today. Williams the motion man. This is Swift up the middle to the 20-yard line. 6-yard gain before Jason Verrett. He's been battling late a little plantar fasciitis at his foot. He makes the tackle after the 6-yard pickup.
Kev, did you catch that shift before the play? They moved the tight end back in and brought Penei Sewell in motion to go line up on the line of scrimmage and then run right behind him. We know he's a road grader in the run game. That was interesting. Look for that to direct some of their run game. If we see Penei Sewell moving around, you might want to run right behind him.
Raymond in motion, 2nd and 3. Swift again, looking for the left side. Let's go back to that play before, though. I want to watch Penei Sewell go in motion.
Check this out. Big guy's going to move mosey on right over here and line up at the right tackle spot. Look at that. Hey, not bad for a big man, huh? Not bad for a guy who's down in peanut butter and jelly sandwiches before his first game in the NFL.
3rd down and 2. Here's Goff looking for Hawkinson, and Hawkinson is stopped short. Jaquaski Tart with an outstanding tackle, and it's 4th and 1 Detroit.
This ball's got to be out in front of Hawkinson to give him a chance to catch and run. But Jaquaski Tart, he did a great job zeroing in on that ball, understanding where he was, knowing where the sticks were, and making sure he couldn't get his momentum going forward to reach for that first down pylon.
Second time the Lions have tried to go on 4th down. Last time it was a stumble by Williams, and San Francisco up to the challenge. This time the backfield empty on 4th and 1. Goff, quick toss, catches man, first down. Tyrell Williams with the catch to the 10. Jason Verrett on the tackle, and the quarter ends with the Lions on the move at the end of 1, 7-0 San Francisco. Fox NFL Sunday will return.
On the defensive side will call this a pick route, but we'll just call it a little rub route because we're offensive friendly over here.
Of course you will.
All that Khalif Raymond has to do is get in the way of Jason Verrett to let Tyrell Williams work. Jared Goff knows exactly what's going to happen. They get the pick done, and watch the communication by Jimmy Ward and Jason Verrett. He said, hey man, we rep this stuff in practice. We got to know when they're going to pick us. We got to get our calls straight so we don't give up free completions and conversions on third down.
11th play of this Lions drive. First and goal, toss play, Swift trying to turn the corner. He can't get past that edge down at the 9-yard line. Jason Garrett was there to swipe him down.
And he did a great job at the corner spot. You could tell he's locked in, he's loaded, he's ready to go after making that mistake on third down. He turned that play back inside to force the running back inside and then let his cavalry come and make the tackle.
Second down and goal. Can the Lions cash in on this third trip into 49ers territory so far in this game? Goff with time throws it short to Swift, and Swift can't get away from Dre Greenlaw. The third and goal coming up here for Detroit. Mark, where do you go with this offense after Swift is stopped short?
He stopped just a little bit short, like you said there. Kevin Greenlaw did a great job playing that ball, and Jared Goff worked his 2-on-2 game backside with Hawkinson and Swift. Let's see what they try and do here on third down. The 49ers awfully stingy inside. They tighten up. They know when they get down in the low red, there's not much room to run. Everybody's eyeing the quarterback, ready to roll. Let's see what they do here.
Is this where you look for a guy like Hawkinson?
Absolutely, with his range. He can be up top.
Goff looking that direction. He finds Hawkinson. It's a touchdown.
Oh, Hawkinson gets away with a little push right here on the safety. Watch this swap release inside, but just a slight push right there. Oh, what a great adjustment by him. A great find by Jared Goff. But Jaquaski Tart is a little upset off of that because, hey, Hawkinson got away with a tiny little shove there, but a great job by him creating space for the quarterback.
Austin Seibert with the extra point to even this one up at 7 apiece. TJ Hawkinson celebrating a Detroit touchdown in 2021. San Francisco and Detroit kicking off the 2021 NFL season at Ford Field here in the Motor City, and a good ball game so far. Detroit 7, San Francisco 7 with Mark Sanchez and Laura Oakman. I'm Kevin Kugler. What a drive for Detroit. 13-play, 82-yard drive. Took over 7 minutes off the clock. And Jared Goff, 6 of 7 for 41 yards on the drive.
And it's going to be tough sledding. Drives like that, they're going to need 10 to 15-play drives every time against a stingy defense in San Francisco. But Jared Goff has the 4th down conversion and the 3rd down conversion, which is huge. Those are their first 2 of the game.
For San Francisco in the offseason, some of the storylines. They traded up to draft Trey Lance. We've seen him. He threw the touchdown pass earlier in the first quarter. Jimmy Garoppolo has had some injury problems. 23 games missed injury since 2018. And D'Amico Ryans, former Mark Sanchez teammate, takes over at defensive coordinator. Robert Saleh, of course, the head coach of the Jets.
D'Amico Ryans, we were together in Philadelphia. We used to call him Mufasa. That's the name Chip Kelly gave to him because he was the wise, savvy lion.
It's an injured Lion on the field. Will step aside in Detroit. As San Francisco takes over on offense, Raheem Mostert on the sidelines. He's got a knee injury, questionable to return in this game. Would be a huge loss for a San Francisco team that knows all too well about injured 49ers. It cost him a lot last season. And Elijah Mitchell with the carry on first down as we check in with Laura Oakman.
You guys were talking about Jimmy Garoppolo and his headspace right now as he's working with this quarterback rotation. I had a great honest conversation with Jimmy. He said it was hard. It is hard. He said there's a million things going through my head. I was overthinking, but 2 things helped him. He said an open line of communication with Shanahan and John Lynch and finding perspective. I'll finish in a second, Kevin.
Second down and 7. Garoppolo going to the air. over the middle. Deebo Samuel with his first catch. And Samuel into Lions territory and down at the 46-yard line. Jeff Okudah finally caught him, but yes, it is a first down.
And a great job on the play fake by Jimmy Garoppolo. But don't forget these receivers. One's going to clear it out, and one's coming on the big in route about 20 yards down the field. Great job by Jimmy Garoppolo selling that fake and getting those linebackers to bite and opening up that window. Nice, pretty ball right through the middle, giving Deebo Samuel a chance to catch and run. So important when you're accurate in a way that gives these guys the ability to get some yak yards.
Few better in the league than Deebo Samuel in yards after catch. 871 yards in his career after catch of the 1,193 he's had. And a couple more yak yards for Deebo Samuel down to the 38 as we check in with Carissa Thompson and Ellen.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm going to give Russell Wilson some credit on this one for you. Hawks already up 7-3. Looking, finds newly acquired Gerald Everett for this 9-yard score. Seahawks leading 14-3. Kevin, mark him off.
No love for the tight end, Gerald Everett. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. 2nd and 2. 49ers trying to answer. Jawan Jennings in motion. Toss play Mitchell. Mitchell with a flag down into the secondary. Breaks a tackle. And Mitchell all the way for the touchdown. There is a flag down. If it stands, it's a 38-yard score.
I think this one might be on the defense. It might be safe right here on this touchdown. Let's see what they call.
Offside. Defense, number 95. Penalty is declined. The results of the play, touchdown.
And the rookie gets to keep his 38-yard score.
And look at him seal off this entire side here, giving the running back a ton of room to run. Look at that alley right there. And the breaking, he breaks that tackle. That's huge. An upper body tackle. You got to try and get those legs, try and knock him down.
Will Harris had a shot at him and could not bring down the rookie that the 49ers took in the 6th round of this year's draft. Robbie Gould, the veteran kicker, puts it through, and it's 14-7 thanks to Elijah Mitchell's 38-yard burst in the Motor City. Aubrey Pleasant and Jeff Okudah on the sidelines, or rather, he is fired up. It's a secondary that has a lot of youth, a lot of inexperience. Some tough love in that secondary.
It's reminding him, do your job. It looked like he got a little nosy on that one, and he got himself pinned inside.
So the Lions back to work on offense, and Jared Goff back to work as the Lions quarterback. First overall draft pick in 2016, took the Rams to the Super Bowl in 2018, traded to the Lions. Matthew Stafford going back to Los Angeles in the trade, and so far in his Lions debut, Mark, 9 of 13, 61 yards and a touchdown, 3 drives into San Francisco territory.
Absolutely. He's given them opportunities to get points. They're finally starting to convert on 3rd down, but the big thing is they got to be efficient on 1st and 2nd down to give them opportunities on 3rd and short and continue these drives.
Down carry for Williams. Williams fights his way for 3 to the 28-yard line. Dre Greenlaw with the tackle.
Nothing wrong with a steady dose of that run game. Getting some easy yards on 1st down. Let's see where they go here next.
And you know offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn, you know he likes to run the football, as does Dan Campbell.
Oh, no doubt. Former running back. Of course, he'd love to get those running backs into a rhythm. And I think they're doing a great job. A steady dose of that running game. Nothing wrong with that for Jared Goff.
On 2nd down, off the play action. Goff short. That's Darren Fells with his first catch. And a good tackle by Dre Greenlaw before Fells could turn it upfield. So this is a 3rd down for Detroit. And 3rd down was a struggle early. They're now 2 of 5 on 3rd.
And 2 of 5 is great. Love to see him get to 50% in 3 of 6. The biggest thing is this 49er defense understands the sticks better than anyone because of D'Amico Ryans, because of Robert Saleh. He tells these guys on 3rd and 5, don't be running down the field 10, 15 yards. Be ready for these short, quick, underneath balls, and let's get active. Let's get physical at the line of scrimmage to throw off their timing and make it difficult for them to convert on this 3rd down.
We saw it last year. San Francisco blitzed a lot with Robert Saleh. 53% on 3rd down. Again, just a 4-man rush on this 3rd down. Quick toss to the side. There's Williams. He's got the 1st down. Dre Greenlaw on the tackle, but not before Jamal Williams could move the chains.
And this is a great throw by Jared Goff. Watch him put this ball out in front to his left. More difficult than you think. He opens that front toe, gives him a perfect ball to catch and run because Greenlaw was right on his shadow and ready for him. If that ball was behind him like earlier to TJ Hawkinson, he might have had a chance to get a hand on it. Great accuracy, giving Williams a chance to catch and run.
Goff really hitting his groove. He's hit 8 straight. First down from the 36. Raymond in motion. The give is to Swift. There's a hole. Swift into the secondary. Upended by Jimmy Ward at the San Francisco 48. Another 1st down for Detroit.
And watch Kabinda come across the formation here and make a great block, opening up this hole on the side. Boom. He springs him. There goes Big Penei Sewell. He just follows his blockers up front. Great job by DeAndre Swift hitting that hole. Kev, I think you could have ran through that thing. Drive a truck through there, bud.
I'd be better off driving a truck. Here's Swift. Another opening. Found himself a crease, and he's got another 1st down. Backs down to the 33, a 15-yard gain for DeAndre Swift.
Almost the exact same play out of a different formation. You'll see Hawkinson come across the front of your screen right there. Boom. He just follows him to daylight. He knows these guys are kicking them out on the edge, and they're attacking them inside, like we said earlier in the 1st quarter. That's where their bread is buttered in this game. Keep rolling. If they can't stop it, keep running. 85
yards combined between Swift and Williams in this 1st half for Detroit. Swift will get the carry again, and nothing doing this time. Right there waiting for him was Kevin Gibbons. Jaquaski Tart coming up to help from the secondary.
And they've literally run that same split flow inside zone 3 times in a row out of 3 different formations. Anthony Lynn going back to the well, maybe one too many times on that one.
Do you have a problem with them running that until it's stopped?
Hey, listen, if they can't stop it, keep rolling. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I love it. Now we just got a little 2nd and long here. Let's see what Jared Goff does. He's got to be real smart on this to get him into a 3rd and manageable again, or just get him into field goal range.
So those rush yards per game, encouraging if you're a Lions fan in this 1st half. Here's Swift trying to get to the edge. Just as we tout the run game of Detroit, it's the run defense of San Francisco stringing Swift out. Zach Kerr providing the heat, and a loss of 4 with that penetration.
Fred Warner does such a great job on this last play, not biting on that fake.
And they go quickly, 3rd and 15. Goff over the middle. He finds Williams, and Williams down to the 31-yard line. And an opportunity now for points for Detroit with that completion. They'll run the field goal unit on Austin Seibert, trying to connect with a long one here.
And so important to understand, okay, fine, we didn't get the 3rd down. What a bummer. No, that's not a bummer. He helped his kicker out right there. It was 3rd in a Walmart parking lot. Just get me some yards. Give me an opportunity to make this an easy kick for our kicker, who's already missed one. Great job, experienced move by Jared Goff.
Missed from 51, this from 49. Good snap, good hold, and Seibert is good from 49. Lions creep to within 4 thanks to the long field goal off the right foot of Austin Seibert.
I stood outside.
Kyle Shanahan's offense starting to find its rhythm after the fumbled snap on the opening play. Back-to-back touchdowns. 7-play, 59-yard drive. 4-play, 78-yard drive. Offense will come back on the field after the 49-yard field goal by Seibert brings the Lions within 4 at 14-10. Seibert ready to kick. Ambry Thomas, the rookie from Michigan. He'd been cheered for years in this state. Now all of a sudden, They've turned on him here in the state of Michigan. He wears a San Francisco uniform, and Ambry Thomas, the former Wolverine, fights his way to the 25 before he's dropped. Now, of course, San Francisco with the Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo battle. It's not the first time the Niners have had a quarterback waiting in the wings. How about 1988? Bill Walsh had both Joe Montana and Steve Young on the roster. And Mark, this is not an easy situation. It wasn't in 1988. It's not an easy situation in 2021.
Oh, you're right. And, you know, for those kind of situations, I really commend Jimmy Garoppolo for being an absolute pro, taking the high road, saying the right things, doing the right things, helping this young guy out. That's impressive.
25, first down. Garoppolo, pressure coming late to the sideline. His fullback's there with a flag down. Kyle Juszczyk with the tackle. That flag thrown behind the play. And San Francisco indicating it's on Detroit. And it's roughing the passer.
53, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Charles Harris on the roughing the passer penalty. And we're talking about Jimmy Garoppolo and Laura Oakland. It's not been an easy road for the Niners quarterback, has it?
No, but the two things that helped him, like I said, that open communication, which has been huge for him, but also he said he settled his head down from a million thoughts to one. It's football. He told himself, you've been competing your whole life. Don't make it bigger than that. Go do what you've always done. Play your butt off and let the best man win. He said that perspective, that control over the situation completely changed everything.
He's playing well to start this ball game. 5 of 5 for 74 yards. The first down for San Francisco at the 47-yard line. Mitchell, who had a touchdown run earlier into Lions territory with a 5-yard run to the 48-yard line. It's easier said than done, though, isn't it, Mark? I mean, you've been in that position where you're the starter and they draft a guy behind you. That's not an easy thing to handle.
Of course, in New York with Geno Smith, it's hard not to press when you feel that pressure behind you. It's hard not to flinch when you know your organization went out and kicked the tires on Peyton Manning. Those kind of things can rattle a quarterback, as well as injuries, and Jimmy's dealt with all of it, and he came into this game, he's playing well.
2nd and 5 from the 48-yard line. This is Mitchell again, and Mitchell breaks a tackle, slips through a second, and the rookie from Louisiana turned a small game into a large one to the 36-yard line. 2 broken tackles later, a pickup of 11.
And look at him hit this hole inside here. He's just gonna slide right inside these backers and inside these pullers. A great job getting yards after contact, and what an opportunity for Elijah Mitchell now that Raheem Mostert's down, and also Trey Sermon didn't even suit up in this game. He's going to get plenty of the load here in the run game.
A healthy scratch for Trey Sermon. Raheem Mostert, the knee injury, still questionable to return. Check in motion. Garoppolo off the play fake over the middle. He's got Samuel at the 20, and Deebo Samuel all the way down to the 13, a pickup of 23 as we check back in with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Colts trailing 14-3. Carson Wentz making his Colts debut. Finds Zach Pascal for this 10-yard score. Wentz having a nice game so far. 9 for 10 for 97 yards. Colts down by 4. Kevin?
First touchdown pass as a Colt for Carson Wentz. The 3rd starting quarterback for the Colts in 3 years under Frank Reich.
They've been loving that shotgun action, that cross action with the back, have 2 pullers and some deep routes down the field, and they marry it up with the run game.
Jennings in motion, Mitchell the carry, and Mitchell into the middle. First contact up the middle from Aleem McNeil, and then he popped free for 3.
Look at him just fighting for extra yards constantly. That's what you love out of a running back, a guy who always falls forward. I haven't seen him in here get pushed back and fall backwards. He's got that low lean. He's fresh, he's young, man. He's excited about his first start. He doesn't care anything about this quarterback situation. He says, give me the rock and let's roll.
Raging Cajun Elijah Mitchell will sit down. JaMycal Hasty in the backfield now. 2 tight ends out there. Motion across. Play fake, Garoppolo. Floats it short, Samuel popping free, and he leans forward, looking for the first down yardage, out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
Just a masterful job of marrying up these run concepts to their nakeds and play actions downfield. This was the exact same run they just ran. All they did was fake it and slide Deebo Samuel through the just underneath the offensive line and get him a quick completion underneath a tick sooner, and he might have been in the end zone.
So first down and goal at the 3. Garoppolo still perfect on the day, 7 of 7 for 104 yards. He'll stay in here on first down and goal. Gives it to Hasty. Nice cutback. JaMycal Hasty to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Hasty just nudging the football over the goal line, or did he? Watch again.
Down. Oh, that's close. That's close. His knee might have been down right before that.
Every scoring play, of course, is reviewed. That's what all of us have to say as broadcasters. Mark that off on your NFL bingo card if you're playing along at home.
This is tight here. This is tight. Let's see where that knee goes down. He already crossed the plane. Ooh, that's a close one. I'm going to let the Zebras handle it.
No bold proclamation by you? Come on, Mark Sanchez.
There's somebody down there in a Foot Locker uniform who's going to handle this for us. We got to let them do their job too, Kevin. You know, I'm excited. It's my first go round, but I got to stay in my lane.
You're staying in your lane? Boy, I don't know. You know, luckily, Dean Blandino does not stay in his lane.
There we go.
He gets paid to make these bold proclamations as we welcome him in for the first time today. Dean, touchdown called on the field. What did you see as you looked at it?
Yeah, it's really close. And I'll go in any lane you want me in, I'm there. I want you to look at the left shin. It's that red sock. That's the key. It looks like they confirmed it. It was really, really close.
It was really close, and they did confirm it. It is a touchdown, and it's a 21-10 lead for San Francisco. We'll be right back after this message from Lowe's.
There's a new team in the NFL.
One that plays for home. Everyone's home. Whether you're a rookie or a seasoned pro,
This team has your back. We can help you tackle any project.
We're the Lowe's home team, and anyone can be on it.
are you in?
Try out for the Lowe's home team today.
Detroit Lions trying to figure out a way to stop this San Francisco offense. They couldn't on that 7-play, 75-yard drive. Only 1 third down on the drive, and Jimmy Garoppolo continues, Mark, his perfect first half of football.
He's having a great first half. I feel like sometimes with Jimmy Garoppolo, he's got to get that one bonehead play, that one knucklehead play out of the way, and he did it on the first play of the season, right? He drops the snap. Oh no, all hell breaks loose out there, and he composes himself. He comes right back and rips off 7 completions in a row, has some successful drives. What a great job bouncing back.
I'll tell you at home that every time he said knucklehead or bonehead, he looked right at me. It's rude in our first game. Buke returns to the 20-yard line. Speaking of returns, how about Primetime's #1 show? It returns as part of the biggest night on television, and everyone wants to know who's the celebrity behind the mask. Don't miss the Masked Singer 2-night premiere event beginning Wednesday, September 22nd on Fox. Who could it be? If only we had someone that had any experience with that show on this broadcast, bro.
Big fan of the show, that's all I got to say.
Is that all I got to say?
I don't want to give it away.
2:19 to go. Lions have all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. On first down, Goff off play action. He'll throw it short. Hockenson with a catch at the 20-yard line. Hockenson, a nice move. He's got a first down to the 30-yard line. Picks up 10 as Jaquaski Tart makes the stop. And that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning here in this first half in Detroit. Lions trying to put points on the board before the break, but San Francisco been flexing their muscle in this first half. 2 minutes to go, first half. 1st and 10 for Detroit. They're at their own 30-yard line, down 21-10. 3 timeouts remaining for the Lions. 2 minutes to work, and Jared Goff, who's 13 of 17 for 86 yards and a score, going to work at the 30 with Hockenson in motion. First down, a carry for DeAndre Swift. And quickly we check back in with Carissa in Los Angeles.
Thanks, Kevin. Bengals trailing 7-0 against the Vikings. Joe Burrow's first start since week 11 of last year finds T. Higgins for this 2-yard score. We are all tied up at 7. Kevin, Mark, and Mark.
Carissa, thanks. You and I get to see Joe Burrow next week in Chicago.
You're right. And listen, this drive is so important for the Lions, building momentum into the second half. Remember, San Francisco deferred. They get the ball.
Off play action, 2nd and 7. Lots of time. Pressure coming late as he gets rid of it to Swift. And Swift cannot get away from Azeez Al-Shire on the sideline. No gain on the play, brings up 3rd down.
They tried to take a shot downfield. They had 2 receivers over 30 yards downfield, and great discipline in the back end by Jimmy Ward. Look at these guys over the top. They did an excellent job. Jaquaski Tart, Jimmy Ward staying on top of these receivers in the back end there. That was huge because that was a chance for the Lions to take a big chunk out of this field and gain some momentum here.
Goff's completed 11 straight, but he's facing a 3rd and 8 here. 4-man San Francisco rush. Goff pressure comes. He's intercepted. Picked off by Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw gonna take it to the house. Waves goodbye for the touchdown. The pressure forcing the turnover, and Dre Greenlaw takes it all the way home.
This is exactly what you don't want. Too much pressure inside. He couldn't step into it, couldn't finish the throw. Oh, just a crushing blow for the Lions because they needed a little juice there. A little momentum would have been nice. But there was traffic anyway. I don't know if I love that decision by Jared Goff.
Extra point is good. D Ford with the heat. Dre Greenlaw with the touchdown. Waving goodbye to the first half.
Decision right here. They're going to work TJ Hawkinson in the middle. They got a couple routes outside, isolation routes, but I just think there's too much traffic. I know his hand got hit, but look at these defenders. Way too much traffic in this kind of situation for Jared Goff to try and force that ball. I would have loved to see that ball go underneath or even sailed outside, out of bounds, and give him a chance to punt and move on.
Last time San Francisco had a pick 6, it was thrown by Jared Goff. Javon Kinlaw picked it off and took it back on November 29th of last year. And Goff throws another one here, make it a 28-10 San Francisco lead. Kurt Menefee, what's coming up at halftime?
Football's back, which means our hearts are full, the stadiums are full, and we have a full slate of games from across the league to break down. And we have a full desk. Or at least we will. That's coming up on the Verizon Halftime.
All right, Kurt, thanks. So great to have everybody back. Not only in the stadiums, but at the desk in our Fox studios in Los Angeles. Injured San Francisco 49er, it's Charlie Warner, second-year tight end from Georgia, who remains down after that kick. Athletic training staff checking out the tight end. While they tend to Charlie Warner, we'll step aside after this message. Will return from DirecTV.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman.
You cannot be serious!
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV Stream with no annual contract.
Warner headed to the sidelines to be tended to for Dan Campbell's team, down 28-10. 3 timeouts remaining for the Lions. And Mark Sanchez, you're down 28-10. You know San Francisco gets the ball to start the second half. How aggressive are you on the heels of a pick 6?
Well, you've got to get some points. You'd like to just pack up and go in at halftime and get the ball in the second half. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They need points.
From the 25-yard line. First down, they'll try the run. Oh, penetration from Nick Bosa. First time we've called his name at any point today. Penei Sewell's done a good job with Bosa, but finally Bosa able to break through.
And watch him right here, just coming off the edge, nearly unblocked, fighting through. Penei Sewell gets him with the inside move and shores up the tackle. That's what they love about Nick Bosa. He's starting to find his rhythm. That doesn't bode well for the Detroit Lions.
We were talking with him yesterday, and we said, as we were talking with him, Ohio State was playing Oregon on Fox. And for Penei Sewell, he said, I'm going to have a little extra motivation if Oregon gets this win. Well, they got the win, but so far Sewell's done a good job, Mark, working against Nick Bosa.
He's done a great job in pass pro. Look at that. The rookie with the extra shove at the end of the play, getting physical, keeping him outside the dish. That means basically outside the pocket, giving Jared Goff a chance to step up into the safe zone of the pocket. But that last run, he got beat.
San Francisco using one of its 3 timeouts after that 4-yard loss. It's second down. Goff under pressure. He's in trouble, and Ford got him.
And that's why you got a guy like D. Ford. Hey, his head coach, Coach Shanahan, said, listen, he's not on a pitch count, but I don't need him every single play. He sure looked good on that play. Watch him. He's at the top of your screen on the left side right there, going right around Matt Nelson.
His last regular season sack, November 17 of 2019. San Francisco uses their second timeout as we go to Los Angeles and Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Seahawks up 14-10 when Russell Wilson, well, he does what Russell Wilson does. Goes up top deep. Tyler Lockett's 69-yard touchdown. Wilson's 3rd pass of the first half. Seahawks up 21-10. Kevin?
I feel like it has to be said, Tyler Lockett, it's a pretty good return of investment on Tyler Lockett. Carissa was right when she said it earlier. 3rd and 21.
That ain't right, I'll tell you that. That's no fun.
4-man rush, pressure up the middle again, checks it short. Williams across the 20 and down to the 22-yard line. There is a flag down in the backfield. And we'll wait for Brad Rogers to tell us about this one.
Holding, offense, number 67. Penalty is declined, 4th down.
Matt Nelson had a hold of D. Ford to try to keep him off Jared Goff again.
And that's 2 plays in a row. First, he gives up the sack. Now he's reeling a little bit, knowing D. Ford's coming 100 miles an hour again. Boom, D. Ford got him on the outside move last time. This time he switched it up, fakes the outside move, gets inside. And Nelson just with a little bit of a hold there, trying to keep him away from Jared Goff.
Brandon Ayuk back awaiting the Jack Fox punt. Pro Bowl punter for the Lions. Ayuk at the 21-yard line. Trying to get to the edge. Pretty good coverage for the Lions. And with 45 seconds to go and a timeout to work with, San Francisco's offense will look for a few more points before we reach halftime. That's Mark Sanchez. I'm Kevin Kugler. And this first half, Lions were hanging in there, but the turnover and the pick 6, huge in the affairs of this first half.
They sure were. They were right in it. They were right where they wanted to be, and they gave up too much momentum there. Listen, we only got 45 seconds left, but I'll tell you what, Kyle Shanahan, when there's blood in the water, this guy's going to attack. He's like a great white shark. So don't be surprised if they come out trying to get some yards, see what happens on this first down, and then make a decision from there whether they want to try and score.
We'll see if Jaws can get anything done here with 45 seconds to go. The give is to Deebo Samuel. And Samuel up the sideline. Flags fly at the end of the play. With 39 seconds to go in the half, we'll sort this one out after the run by Samuel. Would be a first down, but we'll wait and see about the flag. Should be a face mask, it looked at the end of the run.
Oh, wow. And this is exactly what you're talking about. Oh.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 25. 15-yard penalty added on to the end of the run. First down.
Got him right there. Nailed him. See, those kind of things, just technique things. But what did I say? If they get a chunk play on first down, that's part of the formula in a 2-minute drill to go get points. You need a big chunk play. That's a run of plus 10 yards or a pass over 15 yards. And you got to take care of the football. Obviously, no negative plays. They're in the driver's seat right now. And they still got a timeout in the bag, Kev. They got plenty of time.
From the 43-yard line of Detroit on first down. That's Hasty in motion out of the backfield. Garoppolo deflected and almost intercepted. Oruwariye tipped it, and it nearly is picked off by Melifonwu on the deflection.
Oruwariye did a great job on the backside, understanding he's got Kittle back there. He knew Kittle beat him, and he slipped back underneath him. Look at that. Underneath him, gets away with a little hold on the left hand there, but he does a great job of slipping underneath him, inside of him, and playing that football.
San Francisco fortunate to still have the football. 2nd down and 10 at the 43. Lions bring pressure. Garoppolo steps up, open over the middle. It's caught by Sherfield to the 25-yard line. Picks up 18. Timeout used by San Francisco to stop the clock with 28 seconds remaining in this first half. And we've seen 2 of the very best tight ends in the game in this first half, both George Kittle and TJ Hawkinson. This past offseason, George Kittle, along with Greg Olsen and Travis Kelce, hosted a 3-day event known as Tight End University. Amongst those enrolled, Lions tight end TJ Hawkinson. And I know Mark Sanchez is a big fan of National Tight Ends Day. It's coming up on October 24th. Buy your favorite tight end a gift for October 24th.
I thought it was every NFL Sunday.
I'm sure it is if you're a quarterback and you've got a guy like George Kittle or TJ Hawkinson on your squad. Garoppolo, pressure up the middle, able to step away. Oh, nice footwork and moves by Garoppolo, and he gets something out of nothing down to the 22-yard line. They're out of timeouts, so they have to hurry. Use that timeout just a moment ago.
Clock that thing, clock that thing.
And there's the clock with 12 seconds remaining in the first half. So it's 3rd down. You have no timeouts. You're at the 22-yard line. Mark Sanchez, take us in the huddle.
Listen, you can't have a ball completed inside the numbers here. It's got to be outside the numbers or in the end zone, because if you complete it, you need at least 16 to 20 seconds to clock that ball after a play, after a completed pass with a running clock. So this ball's got to get to the sideline or it's got to get to the end zone. No timeouts left. Let's see what Jimmy does here.
1 for 1 on 3rd down. They're facing a 3rd and 7. Lions rush just 3, and Garoppolo just throws this one away.
And a smart play by Jimmy, very intelligent decision. He knew that if that ball got completed inside on the field of play without a receiver able to step out of bounds and their momentum going forward, he was in trouble. They didn't have enough time to clock it. Great job by Jimmy just throwing that thing away, securing the 3 points, and taking a big-time lead into the 3rd quarter.
Robbie Gould on to try from 40. San Francisco will get the football to start the 2nd half. Gould in his 17th year, 11th all-time with 400 made field goals. And for Gould, number 401 gives San Francisco a 31-10 lead as we approach halftime. For Dan Campbell's Lions, there have been missed opportunities and mistakes that have really cost them in this first half. That a 4th and 1 play that they could not convert on.
Then the missed field goal right after that. That was a huge momentum shift. And then this one. This interception was tough for Jared Goff. Getting hit. Poor decision to throw into too much traffic right there. You see him shaking his head. He knows where it is. They've dug themselves quite a deep hole. Their only chance here, they're going to need a big stop out of halftime. That's imperative. If they don't stop them out of halftime, this thing could run away from them. But the biggest thing, listen, you get into a big hole like this, I guarantee you, Dan Campbell's going to tell these guys, listen, we got punched in the mouth, we're digging a hole. The first thing we got to do is stop digging. All right, let's just work our way back up. Let's focus on our technique, take it one play at a time. But it is a tall task to come back against these 49ers.
There was one thing Dan Campbell was very concerned about when we talked to him the other day. What happens when we face adversity? This is the first adversity they've faced as the squib kick will bound past Igwebuike, and nowhere for him to go as the half comes to a close. 31-10, San Francisco with the lead at halftime. As we head to Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles, the Verizon halftime show starts right now. Mitchell with a flag down into the secondary, breaks a tackle, and Mitchell all the way for the touchdown. This game flow brought to you by Progressive, and a game that flowed towards the Niners as we move through that first half alongside former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez. I'm Kevin Kugler. This was a 4-point game with about 3 minutes to go in the half, and then San Francisco really took over with offense and defense.
They really blew the doors off this thing, and it started with the defense with that interception. Let's not forget, though, Jimmy Garoppolo fumbled the first snap of the entire season, coming in with all that pressure and a quarterback behind him right on his shoulder, you know, standing in his shadow, trying to take his spot. How about the way Jimmy Garoppolo has bounced back now? He's 9 of 12, 136 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Trey Lance came in and threw a touchdown. I mean, this thing's all over the board. It's points by committee, it's rush by committee, it's completion by committee. They don't care how it gets done. Shanahan will get it done with whoever's out there.
Well, it's been an impressive first half for San Francisco, trying to bounce back from that 6-10 season a year ago, and this looks like a team that certainly has that bounce back in mind. A lot of people think this San Francisco team is a dark horse contender for the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to be right in the mix towards the end of the season, and this is a great start for them against a team that's really rebuilding, trying to change their culture, and we're going to learn a lot about what they're doing at the beginning of this culture shift right here in this second half, because they got some serious work to do. Let's see if they can come out and execute on defense and stop this 49ers offense, but it might be a runaway train there, Kev.
Those points scored in a half for a Kyle Shanahan coached 49ers team. Speaking of the coaches, Laura Oakman chatted with both of them. Laura, what'd you find out?
Let me start with Kyle Shanahan. I asked him about the offense, and he said immediately, I'm loving it. I'm loving how hard the guys are playing. I asked him about Jimmy and Trey and if that was going to continue. He said, I don't know. I wasn't planning on doing that on the first drive. It just happened. So he said it is an option in the second half. Who is not an option in the second half? Raheem Mostert, he is out for the rest of the game with that knee injury. Dan Campbell told us, as you said, Kevin, the biggest challenge was going to be when his team faced adversity to make sure they don't go into that here we go again mode. He told his team just now, this is no different than if we were up by 21. Do not worry about the score. Worry about the possession in front of you. We've got to turn every possession into touchdowns, not field goals. And he said, he reminded them, just as fast as this half got out of hand, we can get it back that fast in our direction. Kevin?
Well, that's going to be a task that will be made tougher if his defense doesn't get stopped. San Francisco scored on every drive, but that opening drive that was a fumble on the very first play. The offense was clicking. The defense got a touchdown. It's been a very solid first half for Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers.
No doubt in all three phases, and don't forget that rookie Elijah Mitchell, number 25, with Mostert out. He's got similar type speed. He's a 4.3 guy. He's like a mini Mostert. I think that's what I'm going to start calling him. I think the Bay Area is going to fall in love with this kid, but he's a perfect fit for Kyle's scheme in this run game, because if he somehow slips free, he's got the ability to take it the distance like we've seen already on that toss to the right side.
64 yards and a touchdown in the first half for Elijah Mitchell, the rookie from Louisiana. Seibert to kick off. Thomas, the deep man for San Francisco from the 3-yard line. Ambry Thomas trying to find some run room. Not much there. Jalen Reeves-Maven along with Anthony Pittman with the tackle for Detroit. And here comes Jimmy Garoppolo, 22-8 as a regular season starter in San Francisco. 9 for 12 in the first half for 136 yards. Really solid first half for Garoppolo. We saw Trey Lance, he threw a touchdown. Ideal situation for San Francisco. Both quarterbacks have played. Both have been productive in their time on the field. And a big lead after one half for the 49ers.
Steady on the boat here, Jimmy. We got things in the bag. Let's just be real sharp and make great decisions.
From the 19-yard line, first down. Garoppolo off the play action. Finds Kittle at the 35. Kittle with a stiff arm. Throwing the right hand. And Kittle into Lions territory. Down to the 46-yard line.
With the vicious stiff arm of Tracy Walker, number 21. But look at Kittle. He doesn't want to just catch the ball. He doesn't want to just make explosive plays. He wants to embarrass you along the way and remind everybody, hey, I'm the Iowa Hawkeye. This is my game. I'm the one who put Iowa on the map. I love it. Look at that thing. Get out of the club. Dang. Oof.
Kittle with the big gain on first down to the 46 of the Lions. Toss play, Mitchell tries to cut back and rolled his way to the 44-yard line. Picks up a couple, 2nd and 8. George Kittle, they sure are happy to have him back. You know, he missed all that time last year. One of many San Francisco 49ers. Had 32 players on IR last year. Great yak for George Kittle. Terrific possession, good speed. He's in a very small group, Mark, of elite tight ends. Travis Kelce, George Kittle, TJ Hawkinson's right on the cusp of that group. But when you talk about the best in the game, George Kittle's name certainly comes up. Injured Lion will step aside. Commerce weather in Detroit, Michigan all weekend long. Weather perfect all weekend as we welcome you back to Ford Field with Mark Sanchez and Laura Oakman. I'm Kevin Kugler. Michael Brockers was the injured Lion. He got up, jogged to the sidelines. Appears to be okay, has his helmet on over there. 2nd down and 8 for San Francisco at the 44 of Detroit. Play action, Garoppolo back to Kittle and another first down for San Francisco. We talked about Kittle missing the 8 games a year ago. For the 49ers, at least 8 games were missed last season by 7 starters. Dee Ford, Nick Bosa, Jimmy Garoppolo, Deebo Samuel, Jaquiski Tartt, Raheem Mostert, and George Kittle. I mean, if you had a list in Kyle Shanahan's office of, okay, here are guys that can't afford to miss games, pretty much every one of those guys would have been on that list.
Every one of those guys epitomize this team. They're the ones who take this team from good to great. You can't afford to lose them. They're back now, and they're back with a vengeance.
Brockers is back out there for Detroit. On first down and 10 at the 36-yard line. Toss play, Mitchell as a hole. Mitchell tripped up as he gets close to the first down at the 26-yard line. Tracy Walker on the tackle.
And look at the hole he's got to run through here, Kev. And he hits the line so fast. I know we're going in slow motion here, but he's already up there. Look at big Trent Williams throwing around Alex Anzalone. I mean, these guys are down the field, getting up to the 2nd level on their offensive line, getting up to the backers, making it easy on Mitchell, and he hits that hole so quickly. That is tough to stop on defense.
Trent Williams, 8-time Pro Bowler. Mid-season form in game 1. 26-yard line, quick toss, and just off the fingertips of Deebo Samuel. That throw a little lower than Samuel or Garoppolo would have liked it.
Just a tick low. It was a great adjustment. This is a run. They're blocking a run right here. Blocking this run all the way. Let's see, maybe didn't get a great grip on it. It just came out a little funky, a little, not the best grip on that thing, but that ball a little low. Good adjustment by Jimmy Garoppolo, but you got to complete those because they got a good toss. They're running the ball well. That can get on the coach's nerves a little bit.
Garoppolo, pressure comes, able to get away. Garoppolo just gets rid of the football. Somehow he pinballed off Romeo Okwara, and now it's 3rd down. Now, was it intentional grounding? That's
I didn't see it wide out. Yeah, I didn't see anybody, an eligible receiver near it.
And the flag is down.
Grounding. Here it comes.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 10. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down. Correction, 3rd down.
Let's see here. Here's the tackle box. He's inside of it. Boom, evades a tackler right here. He's got to sail that thing all the way out of bounds past the line of scrimmage if he's going to stay inside the tackle box. Much easier said than done up here from the booth. I've been in that situation and it's no fun, but you got to remember, you just got to sail this thing. Even in the 3rd row, it doesn't matter, but here comes number 5, Trey Lance.
And 3rd and 20 before Trey Lance could take the snap. Officials run in to stop it. First offensive penalty for either team. Now San Francisco to work with Lance. Samuel motioning into the backfield. Lions showing some heat. Lance is going to keep. Lance trying to find some room to maybe make an easier field goal attempt for Robbie Gould. Trey Flowers made sure Trey Lance didn't go too far. Tripped up at the 34, pick up with 2.
And listen, a conservative play for Coach Shanahan, knows all he's got to do is get a couple yards, because Robbie Gould, although he just slipped right there, Robbie Gould, he's got this field goal in the bag. Why not show somebody? Why not show these week 2, 3, and 4 opponents a little extra something, Kev? He's just showing them just one little thing in his bag of tricks, just letting them know they got the club in the bag.
A 52-yard field goal. Mark Sanchez confident in kickers today as Gould's 52-yard try sails wide right. You talked about him slipping before. This was the slip.
When he did the practice kick, he slipped.
Yeah, that's not a good sign when you're trying to kick a field goal.
What up, TB?
What do you think my next
He
move?
was Rookie of the Year in the National Football League on the defensive side. Now DeMeco Ryans in his first season as 49ers defensive coordinator. His defense has performed admirably today, holding Detroit to just 10 points as Goff and the Lions offense back to work and trying to connect with Khalif Raymond on the sideline. Goff and Raymond cannot hook up. Brings up a 2nd down and 10. It's kind of a theme. DeMeco Ryans, former player 15 years ago, Rookie of the Year in the league. And for the Lions, that's been the theme of their entire staff. Look at this, 8 different NFL players on this Lions coaching staff. I know you've either been with several of these guys or been tutored by some of these guys on this roster.
Let's see, at least 4 of them, but most notably Mark Brunell was one of our backups in New York. That's so much experience for these young players to learn from.
2nd and 10 at the 42. Goff to the sideline, and it's jarred out of the hands of Tyrell Williams by Jaquiski Tartt. The flag is down.
And this ball just a tick late down the field. Goff saw it just a tick late and gave Jaquiski Tartt a chance to get over to it.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 3, defense. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Good to see Tyrell Williams bounce back up, but this is a big hit.
Oh, yeah. He got him right up under the chin. So hard when they're going so fast like that, trying to make a play on the ball and the man. Difficult job for those guys, and they protect those receivers so well now.
And Dean Blandino is with us in our Fox studios in Los Angeles. And Dean, these are, I don't know if you call them no-brainers, but it's a pretty easy call, isn't it, when the helmet-to-helmet contact occurs?
Yeah, and it's a safety rule, and it's a good rule. You have a defenseless player, the receiver trying to make the catch, can't protect himself from that head-neck contact, so the rule does that. And you can see Tartt makes the contact with the helmet to the head-neck area, and it is a good call.
So with that call, thanks Dean, a 1st down and 10 at the 43-yard line of San Francisco. Swift trying to find some running room up the middle, and there's not much there. 8 a yard for DeAndre Swift as Fred Warner, along with DJ Jones, make the stop. Tyrell Williams will be checked out after that contact. To the 42-yard line, 2nd down and 9. Williams missed all of last year on the Raiders IR with a shoulder issue. 5 years ago, had a 1,000-yard season in this league. 2nd and 9. Goff fires Swift off his fingertips and incomplete. Goff had him, couldn't connect, and Jimmy Ward, Lions are fortunate he didn't pick it off.
I mean, the Lions are fortunate that the 49ers missed a field goal. They got a prime opportunity here. These are the plays that you got to capitalize on. Look at that. Oh, right through the wickets there. Come on, son. We got to catch that sucker. That'll just get you to at least a 3rd and manageable here and give you a chance to be right on the fringe of field goal range. With a drop there, that makes it tough. Now this is your chance to get inside field goal range and at least put some points back on the board and try and swing momentum your way.
Well, and you said it was so imperative that they put points on the board on their first possession. They've got a chance, but it's 3rd and 9. Backside pressure comes. Goff hit as he throws, and it bounds away from Jamal Williams. 4th down for the Lions as we go back to Los Angeles and Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Washington trailing 13-9. Taylor Heineke in for the injured Ryan Fitzpatrick. Finds Logan Thomas for this 11-yard score. Chargers in the red zone. Washington up by 3. Kevin, Mark, and Laura.
Carissa, thanks so much. Here a punt for Jack Fox. San Francisco's defense gets the stop. Mohamed Sanu, the deep man for San Francisco. game.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Check out this coverage by Alshire right here on the running back. This ain't easy to do out in space. He forces him outside and then undercuts the route and makes it so tough for Jared Goff to get a completion outside. Great play by him. Great discipline.
3rd down play. Now the punt. Sanu with the fair catch inside the 10. San Francisco works deep in their own end as we step aside in Detroit. And throughout camp in San Francisco was the battle between Jimmy Garoppolo and the number 3 overall pick, Trey Lance. Jimmy's communication, as Laura Oakman mentioned earlier with the coach, is one of the reasons why he's felt better about this process. And Laura, his teammates have said Jimmy's got a little more oomph this year.
I love that you said that word because I asked Jimmy about it and he said, I know people think that oomph is because of the competition, which does bring out the best in people. But he said, my mentality truly hasn't changed. I've always had oomph. But what he said is different is the Shanahan offense is tough to pick up. He said, now having been in it for 4 years, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm more comfortable. That oomph may simply be confidence and swagger, he said, that finally comes with being comfortable.
That's not an easy thing to accomplish with someone looking over your shoulder. Toss play to Mitchell, and Mitchell fights his way to the 16-yard line. My partner certainly knows about that, having played the position. You were a high draft pick, but then you got somebody drafted behind you to challenge you, and they kicked the tires, as you mentioned earlier, the Jets with Peyton Manning. I mean, this is not trying to drum up controversy. It's just the reality of this business, isn't it?
It sure is. And to get your quarterback in the right mind frame, some of the moves that were done in the offseason, the things that make news, make it very difficult. And Jimmy's had to fight through all that. We'll talk about a little more of this after the snap.
2nd down and 3. That's Samuel in motion. Bouncing it to the outside is Mitchell, and Mitchell close to the 1st down at the 19.
But you're right, Kev. As a player coming off my 2nd or 3rd year, when you know your organization's looking at Peyton Manning potentially, they kick the tires on him. That doesn't make you feel good as a starter, right? That sends the wrong message to the team. And I know they did that in San Francisco with Aaron Rodgers and potentially Deshaun Watson before that situation went sour. So that doesn't give them a ton of confidence. Then they draft your replacement, and he's here on the roster every single day in your quarterback room. That makes it so difficult. So credit to Jimmy Garoppolo for making it to today and staying as strong as he has mentally, not just physically.
On 1st down and 10. Garoppolo off the play fake, looking for Samuel. A lot of traffic out there. And Garoppolo and Samuel cannot hook up at 2nd down over Warrior out there on coverage.
Just a quick little RPO. Samuel's ball ticket for a pass interference call. I don't think he's going to get it. Jeff Okudah just awfully physical with him and did a great job of, Warrior awfully physical with him down at the bottom of your screen there. Might have got away with one. Might have got away with one. I know what Samuel's talking about.
When you were in the huddle as an offensive player, there would have been no might about that. You said, oh, come on, come on.
He mugged him. He mugged him.
2nd down from the 19-yard line. This is Mitchell again. And Mitchell, he's hit hard. Planted down at the 21-yard line. Nick Williams leading the way for the Lions.
Oh, man. Look at this thing. He hit him hard, man. Right? Dropped him like a bad habit there, Kev. Holy cow.
Even Collins in there as well. Not much running room that time up the middle, and the Lions defense looking at a 3rd and 8 for the San Francisco offense. Pressure coming. Garoppolo hit as he throws. A wobbler down the sideline, and it's caught! Deebo Samuel with the catch and trying to turn on the Jets. He'll take it all the way for the touchdown. 79 yards, the lob from Garoppolo to Samuel. And San Francisco extends the lead.
And look at this route by Samuel. He's one-on-one on the outside. He knows it. He stays physical with the DB right here, Jeff Okudah. and keeps his eyes back looking for the ball. But if we could get a shot at Jimmy Garoppolo in the pocket, holding that safety with his eyes and standing in there, look at this adjustment. Wow, through the hand of Okudah. That is incredible concentration right there. But Jimmy G just staring down the barrel, stands strong, stands tall, delivers a strike, and Deebo Samuel makes him right.
Longer than any San Francisco pass in the entirety of the 2020 season. 79 yards. Deebo Samuel celebrating the touchdown. Yeah, rock the baby to sleep. Trey Lance, the youngster, liking it on the sideline. Culture, when you're building a program, sometimes you see the tough love like we saw from Aubrey Pleasant to Jeff Okudah in the first half. Sometimes they need a little hug, and that's what he gave Okudah after the 79-yard touchdown pass to Deebo Samuel. Rome wasn't built in a day, nor was a football franchise. Okudah frustrated for sure on the Lions sideline. San Francisco up 38-10. How in the world, Mark Sanchez, did that happen on the 79-yard pass?
Okudah played it just about as well as he could, but look, they're going to bring an internal dog right here, bringing two backers, Collins and Anzalone. Jimmy Garoppolo sees it. He knows he's got one-on-one up top, and the defender, he's got his back to the ball. So that means go ahead, give him a shot. Give your receiver a shot. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. Great recognition by Jimmy Garoppolo, understanding he's going to get pushed in the middle of the pocket, standing in there, staring down the barrel, and delivering a catchable ball.
11th play of 10 yards or more for the San Francisco offense. For Deebo Samuel, a career-high 160 receiving yards today. Goff on the run, and Jared Goff will scoot out of bounds near the 28-yard line. Already an improvement for Jimmy Garoppolo in the deep passing game. Last year, in his limited time before the injuries, 20-yard attempts, he was 1 for 11, 4 interceptions, 35 yards. Already today, on balls in the air, 20 yards or more, he's 2 for 2 for 114 yards passing. Good sign for San Francisco.
No doubt, and one of the biggest stats right there is the 4 interceptions on deep balls. That means to a coach, hey man, I can't trust you to air this thing out over 20 yards. Now he's 2 for 2, which is great. But really, you only got to be 25% on balls over 20 yards, Kev. Just get as many as you can.
Up the middle for Williams, and Williams tripped up a yard shy of the first down. Health is such an important thing for the San Francisco team. If they can stay healthy, they certainly have the personnel to challenge in what's likely the toughest division in football, the NFC West. All 4 teams out there can certainly be considered playoff contenders this year.
Oh, 100%. And one of the biggest challenges they're going to have is staying healthy, right? Keeping these guys healthy all season long. And they got to be smart, and Jimmy's doing such a good job right now of just taking what the defense gives them, not putting the ball in jeopardy.
3rd and 1, Goff off the play action, and it's dropped by Jason Kabinda. So many missed opportunities today for the Detroit Lions.
And a ball right where you want it, right between the 4 and the 5. Started to turn his eyes just a tick as he was catching the ball. See that thing all the way in. Eyes and fingertips make the best receivers.
Former Penn State linebacker converted to fullback in the National Football League. Can't pull that one in. And the Lions line it up on 4th and 1 at their own 34-yard line. And they snap it, and the give is to Williams, and he's got the first down. So 4th and 1 at your own 34. You're down 28 in the 3rd, and they convert for a first down.
Holding my breath a little because that would have given them an awfully short field. But a great job by Williams, finding the hole, barreling ahead, and making sure he falls forward just past that first down marker.
Dan Campbell, you've got to be encouraged by what you've seen from Jamal Williams today. 8 carries, 53 yards, averaging 6.5 yards per carry in this ball game. On first down, Goff throws short. It's Williams again. Williams makes the first man miss, and he fights his way for a first down just across the midfield stripe as we cross back to Los Angeles for Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Vikings trailing 21-7 in Cincy. 4th and 4. Kirk Cousins. His favorite target, Adam Thielen, for this 24-yard score. Thielen's second of the day. Vikings now down 21-14. Kevin?
38-10 lead for San Francisco as the Lions work from the 49ers' 49-yard line. Goff, good protection. Nobody open, checks it short to Williams. And Williams on the receiving end for the second straight pass to the 43-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. Alshire on the stop.
And a great job by Goff understanding these linebackers. Look at Fred Warner. He's getting out of there. These defenders are expanding. They're backing up, and he's just waiting with all that protection and all that time for Williams to squeak out of the backfield and go catch that ball down the field for a short gain that he turns into a couple extra yards.
From the 43-yard line, second down. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the rookie from USC, in motion. Goff sets up the screen. Swift got a block. He's got speed. Swift to the 30. Makes a move at the 20. Swift shrugs off the tackle of Jimmy Ward and takes it for the touchdown.
Wow. Just a great call, especially when you get pressure off the edge. Generally, you throw these screens into the teeth of the defense. But look what they did here. They're going to get pressure off the edge up top. Jared Goff stays calm in the pocket, lets the play develop, uses his eyes, doesn't give the screen away, and a great kick out right there by Jonah Jackson, springing that thing free. And look at that. Crossed him up. Nice job by DeAndre Swift, crossing up that defender right there like Allen Iverson. That was smooth.
Seibert with the extra point. That is good. Coaching for DeAndre Swift on the sidelines, and a congratulations for his quarterback, Jared Goff, as the touchdown gets the Lions back within 3 scores. Right over the outstretched arms of the San Francisco defenders. Penei Sewell with that block to keep that ball from getting batted down. And then DeAndre Swift doing the rest of the work. And the young left tackle, he loves what he sees. Celebrate a Lions touchdown here in the third. So for Jared Goff, touchdown pass, his second of the day. And you see the pass distribution, wide receivers, and it's a group that a lot of folks had question marks with Detroit. They're not getting a lot of targets today. Tyrell Williams is in the locker room right now after the big hit. It's tight ends and running backs that have seen the bulk of the passes from Jared Goff.
You're exactly right, Kevin. Not a ton of household names, if any, in that wide receiver group. They're going to have to make a big jump and a big leap, really, for that group to be successful and explosive for this team. But before that happens, there's nothing wrong with feeding your tight ends and your running backs. Nice, easy targets, and Jared Goff knows how to distribute.
And Thomas upended at the 20-yard line where San Francisco will start first down and 10. Help support Hurricane Ida recovery efforts in the Gulf and Northeast. Visit NFL.com/auction to bid on authentic and game-worn items and support the Gulf Coast Renewal Fund and American Red Cross. Text IDA to 90999 to donate $10 to American Red Cross Hurricane Ida relief. 4:18 remaining in the third. Lions back within 21, first down and 10 for San Francisco at the 20-yard line. Mostert out the remainder of the game with a knee injury. The handoff goes to Mitchell, and Mitchell ran into traffic immediately. Martin's fortunate to fall forward for a yard. Kevin Strong, the first one there.
Look at that defensive line. They got a little juice after scoring a touchdown. Let's see, I don't know if this is enough momentum for them, that one touchdown, but a big play can spring your offense and breathe a little life into this defense. You saw how stout they were against the run. Let's see if they can keep it up. Get a big stop here and take a chunk out of this lead coming up.
Second down. Garoppolo off the play fake. Open over the middle. It's Deebo Samuel. His 7th catch of the afternoon. Will Harris on the tackle. A smile on the face of Jimmy Garoppolo after a 16-yard gain.
And a great throw, great anticipation in this window. Coming up right here. Look at him right around Jamie Collins there. Knowing where your receiver is going to be. That's great anticipation, knowing where the window is going to be. and delivering a strike right on his body. No chance for that ball to get popped up in the air and lose momentum by giving it to the other team.
Mitchell motions out of the backfield on first down at the 37. This is Samuel in motion. He'll get the flip. Tries to cut up field, and the Lions all over that one. 2-yard pickup on the play to the 39-yard line. Second down and 8. San Francisco 38, Detroit 17. Garoppolo 274 yards and a touchdown in this opening game of the 2021 season. Second and 8. Mitchell breaks a tackle. Mitchell fights forward short of the first down by a yard. Will Harris had a shot at him, but he picks up 7 as we go to Los Angeles, and Carissa Thompson with an update.
Kevin, Cardinals up 24-13 in Tennessee. Kyler Murray finds Christian Kirk, who makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch for this 26-yard score. Kyler's 4th touchdown of the day. Cardinals rolling 31-13.
What a start for Kyler Murray, and this NFC West that Kyle Shanahan has to navigate with his San Francisco 49ers. How tough is this? Rams are all in. Cardinals, Seattle, we've seen what they've been doing today, up 21-10 on the Colts. And San Francisco, what a division that's going to be as the 49ers use a timeout on 3rd and 1.
Timeout.
1:24 to go in the 3rd. 3rd down coming up for San Francisco. Next weekend starts Saturday strong on Fox with big noon kickoff at 10 a.m. Eastern, live from Norman. Then old rivals meet for the first time in over a decade on Big Noon Saturday as Nebraska collides with 4th-ranked Oklahoma, followed by Keaton Slovis and 14th-ranked USC battling Washington State. All on Fox and the Fox Sports app. That Nebraska-Oklahoma game is the 50th anniversary of this one, game of the century. Johnny Rodgers, Jeff Kinney and the Nebraska Cornhuskers battling around Thanksgiving. Rob Devaney's Huskers not only got the win there, they go on to win the national championship 50 years ago, and celebrating that in a return to action between those two former conference rivals this weekend on Fox.
Trey Lance, be ready for some lead option. Oh, speed option.
And Lance goes nowhere. Lions all over that one. Big push up front, and at the bottom of that pile was Nick Williams.
Look at this push. They're just reading outside this defensive end. Turned it back inside and kind of distorted the read for Trey Lance. It made it tough to have a pitch angle there, and they gave up too much inside. With Alex Mack and Laken Tomlinson, that thing just didn't look clean for Trey. And a good job by him, just hanging on to it with 2 hands, get back to the line of scrimmage, losing a couple yards, whatever, just move on. Don't try and pitch that thing and get too cute.
Saw defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. He was fired up about that defensive stop. Pressure comes towards Mitch Wisnowski. And the punt out of bounds at the 11-yard line. 38-17. San Francisco, as we flash back. Pontiac Silverdome was the host between the 49ers and Bengals in the Super Bowl. Joe Montana putting the Niners on the board first with a 1-yard touchdown run. San Francisco never looking back, going on to beat the Bengals 26-21. The first San Francisco Super Bowl championship, not at Ford Field, but in Detroit, specifically Pontiac, Michigan, in the Silverdome. So this area will always have fond memories for 49er fans.
Love those old school shots. Joe Montana getting airborne on the goal line.
First down and 10. Goff pumps, checks down, catch made at the 15-yard line as we check in with Laura Oakman.
When I talked to Kyle Shanahan at halftime, first thing he said about the offense was loving it, but about the defense, the first thing he said was run defense. Said that's the one thing he really wanted to tighten up, and knew that was the one way the Lions could actually start making a game, is if they kept running the ball the way they've been. We just saw that on the last drive. The defense came right off the field, went to that Niners bench. They've been communicating the entire time. We're about to see if it makes a difference.
Well, we are.
This
That
is
fourth
the end of
quarter
the third
coming up,
quarter.
and the run
Timeout.
defense will be a key for San Francisco. A 38-17 lead through 3.
Today,
Rings earned by San Francisco in this area. Pontiac Silverdome over the 75-year history of the San Francisco 49ers. 5 Lombardi trophies, and they think they've got a team that can get a 6th. Good start for Deebo Samuel. Most receiving yards at a season opener. Only Anquan Boldin in the history of the San Francisco 49ers has had a better opening game than Deebo Samuel. Here's Jared Goff on first down, floating it down the sidelines for Quintez Cephas. What an adjustment. Now there's a hat off on the sidelines. He was out of bounds. We've got hats off for 2 officials on the sidelines. Will this count as a catch? And there's the flags thrown.
Wow, look at that concentration.
The flags are dropped. Anytime you see hats off, Mark, you know that somebody was out of bounds.
Definitely stepped out of bounds.
Here's Brad Rogers.
Illegal touching, number 87 of the offense. Went out of bounds, came back in, and was first to touch the ball. That's a loss of down at the previous spot. It's third down.
Well, Dean Blandino is with us, hatless, but there are times where you see an official without a hat, you know somebody's going out of bounds, right, Dean?
Yeah, anytime an official throws a hat, that means they have an eligible player, receiver, going out of bounds, then coming back in to reestablish. So you can't be the first to touch in that instance. And you'll see here, went out of bounds, came back in, and if he touches that ball first, which he does right there, that's a foul for an illegal touch.
And Dean, we've talked about this before, but I think it bears repeating. When there are other things happening, flags or other guys out of bounds, the hat's the first thing to get thrown, but there's a rule book, isn't there, that says what gets thrown after the hat if you need to throw more things for out of bounds?
Yeah, then if you have the flag, if you have the foul, you throw the flag. There's also beanbags. There's a lot of things officials can throw.
Eventually you get to a shoe. Thank you, Dean Blandino. As Jared Goff goes down at the 7-yard line, Nick Bosa, been working all day, finally gets to the Lions quarterback.
And this is just an effort sack. This is what Bosa does best. He bulls him all the way back. He just hits him with a bull rush all the way into the back of the backfield. Look at this strength. Power all the way. Got Penei Sewell on some water skis right there. Unfortunately, he couldn't drop his anchor and hold him off. Goff tries to get out of bounds. I would like to see him throw that ball away so Sewell didn't get caught with the sack there.
Third 49ers sack of the afternoon. Mohamed Sanu, punt from Fox, backs up to the 36-yard line, working his way forward to the 47-yard line, and that's where San Francisco will start with 13:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. That's Mark Sanchez. I'm Kevin Kugler. And Mark, this is not what Dan Campbell wanted to see in his first game with Detroit, but it's not unexpected. This is not a quick build. There's a reason Dan Campbell and GM Brad Holmes were given 6-year deals for the Lions.
Oh, no doubt. This thing's going to take a serious process, take some time, and that 6 years is an indication of how much time they're willing to allow this coaching staff to rebuild this culture. But right now, all you're looking for, especially on this film, when you go watch this on Monday, tomorrow, who kept to their assignments after this thing got out of hand? Who stayed disciplined? Who took to coaching on the sidelines and made the right adjustments? That's what they want to look for.
Process, the word culture has been thrown around a lot for Detroit. And look, this defense is one area that every Lions fan knew had to improve. It was at or near the bottom of the National Football League in almost every major statistical category a year ago. And there have been moments today where Aaron Glenn is going to be able to show good things on this tape when he goes back to watch it with his team tomorrow.
There are good things, and when they talk about consistency, that's going to be one of them, because they've shown flashes. And honestly, it's just like a rookie quarterback during training camp, during preseason. I got to see flashes to know if this guy's legit or not. There are flashes out there, but it's just going to take a lot more work and a lot better communication.
2nd and 10. Garoppolo off the play fake. Throws it into traffic and is batted away from Trent Sherfield by Jeff Okudah. Brings up a 3rd down as we check back in Los Angeles with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Jets trailing 16-0 in Carolina. 2nd overall pick. Zach Wilson making his NFL debut. Finds Corey Davis wide open here with his 22-yard score. Easy for me to say. 2-point conversion good. Jets down 16-8. Kevin?
Good mobility by the young quarterback for the Jets there.
Great throw on the run. Great job finding an open guy. But back to our last play. How about Okudah? Having a rough game, getting yelled at, getting hugged on the sidelines, giving up a touchdown, and then diving to knock that ball down. Great effort. That's the effort we're talking about. They're going to need to build on things like that.
3rd down and 10. Pressure coming. Garoppolo hit as he throws. Dumps it to Hasty. Jermichael Hasty. Oh, nice move. And a first down all the way down to the 38-yard line of Detroit. Picks up 15 with a nifty move on the sideline.
And they're bringing Tracy Walker off the edge, number 21. You see him. Jimmy knows he's hot. Great job at distributing that football. And look at that. He took a huge hit. And, oh, wow. Jermichael Hasty. Just an incredible job making Jamie Collins miss on the edge right here. He's got him dead to rights. Boom. Little sidestep, little L2 button if you play any video games, Kev. That was a great move.
Spence and I set up the controller. It's L2. Dwelly motioning. Toss play Mitchell. And Mitchell dropped by Collins. Will Harris there as well. No gain on the play.
After getting hit with that big toss, they went for a touchdown. They've played it a lot better the last couple times. You could tell that was a point of emphasis on the sidelines from Aaron Glenn and his other coaches, his fellow defensive coaches. They said, guys, we got to turn this toss back inside. We can't give them free lanes and free runs on the outside, because that's what Shanahan loves. He loves this outside stretch zone, and he loves tossing it to the back, letting them hit the edge.
2nd down, play action, Garoppolo in trouble, it brought the heat, and this time Tracy Walker drops the 49er quarterback.
And these are some of the toughest plays, but you'll see Tracy Walker shoot his gun right in the backfield, right inside there. No time for Jimmy Garoppolo to make a move. On plays like that, look at the running back. You see him do a double take out there. Sometimes the running back, he's got to abort that fake, just totally cancel it and go pick up the edge. Even though the quarterback's faking to nobody, he's got to go save that play and pick up Tracy Walker off the edge to give Jimmy Garoppolo a chance.
First Detroit sack, 3rd and 18. Kittle, tight end screen, blockers in front, and Kittle puts San Francisco back in the field goal range, advancing it to the Lions' 34, picks up 12.
And a great call by Kyle Shanahan. Just an easy breather play for the quarterback, knowing it's 3rd and long. Listen, nobody plans for 3rd and 20 plus, right? So when you're backed up like that, you just got to make a quick decision and get an easy completion.
2 injured Lions, Kevin Strong and Jeff Okudah, remain on the turf while they tend to the Lions. We'll step aside in Detroit. About 3 minutes to go in the first half. This was a 4-point game, but there have just been so many miscues from the Detroit Lions, drop after drop after drop, that have really thwarted opportunities for Jared Goff and this Lions offense to stay in this ball game. Of course, the pick 6 late in that first half contributing to a big halftime deficit.
And I can understand the diving attempt to make that catch down near the turf. If that one gets dropped, I get it, because that would have been a great catch. But the other ones that hit you right in between the numbers, those got to be automatic.
Old miss from 52 earlier, this from 52 as well. We'll extend the lead to 24. Robbie Gould, who has hit 31, now 32 from 50 yards or more in his illustrious NFL career. 41-17. San Francisco with 9:53 to go in the 4th. Coming up next, it's America's Game of the Week. Aaron Rodgers leads the Packers against Alvin Kamara, and the Saints or the Broncos take on the Giants right here on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Jeff Okudah walking very gingerly along that Lions sideline toward the locker room. So that may be the end of the day for Jeff Okudah, who lost time with groin surgery at the end of last year. So anytime you see a limp, you worry if you're a Lions fan about the health of Jeff Okudah. That was a college groin injury, Mark, that he really struggled with last year. Eventually had to have his season end with groin surgery.
And the opposite of what you want to see from your 1st-round pick a couple years ago. That makes it so tough. To learn as a young guy, you got to be available, right? It's got to be consistent for you. You want to keep the same coaches. You want to stay healthy. Some of those things you can't control, and unfortunately, you got rolled up on a little bit.
Gould with a kickoff. 41-17. San Francisco. Through the end zone for the touchback. Jimmy Garoppolo limited to just 6 starts last year, and it was an ominous start. First snap of the game, fumbled exchange. That was a problem throughout camp for the Niners, but it's been a nice bounce back ever since, thanks to Elijah Mitchell with some good help in the run game. Jimmy Garoppolo, 16 of 23, 303 yards in this 79-yard touchdown to Deebo Samuel. It's been an outstanding day. First game over the 300-yard mark since December 8th of 2019 against the New Orleans Saints, and a great way to announce your presence in the 2021 season.
Oh, no doubt. This is huge for him and his confidence.
Goff. 4-man pressure over the middle. Hawkinson is open, and TJ Hawkinson rumbles to the 49-yard line. Picks up 24 for Hawkinson, his 6th catch of the afternoon. And Detroit's going to pick up the pace. 3 receivers to the top of the screen, including Hawkinson. Goff to the near sideline. Catch made by Trinity Benson. Jason Verrett runs him out at the 49ers' 47-yard line.
Watch Amon-Ra St. Brown. He thinks that ball's going to him, and Jared Goff has to hold his breath a little bit. He's like, hey, bud, you were the bait. We're trying to get the ball to Hawkinson, not you, Rook. Put your hands down.
1 catch, 3 yards for the former Trojan in his NFL debut. Dan Campbell said he's the best blocking wide receiver that the Lions have. High praise for the rookie. As Goff with protection. Now it breaks down. Flag is down. Looks like he was held. And a toss to the sideline, caught and out of bounds. And as we talk about St. Brown, his second catch is likely erased
number
with the
73. 10-yard penalty.
What a good job of breaking off his route. Great job of breaking off his route, giving Jared Goff a target towards the sideline, but unfortunately we get a hold there from Jonah Jackson to negate the whole thing.
Yeah, working against Kentavious Street here, Mark.
Grabbing him. Yeah, and a good job by Street again. Right in front of the referee, giving that sudden jerky movement. That's what really catches their attention. So these guys do a little acting up front, and sometimes it comes back to bite the offensive guys in the butt.
2nd down and 15 after the penalty. Khalif Raymond in motion. Goff, fake the swing to him. It's a tight end screen to Hawkinson. Flag is down as Hawkinson is down just shy of midfield.
Offside. Defense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
D Ford, he's on the rush the passer, and he got a little extra start.
He sure is, and he's known for that quick jump off the line of scrimmage, but that time just a little too quick, a hair too quick. And he got the offside there.
So now 2nd and 10, back at the 48-yard line. Lions down 41-17. Taking some time here. Play clock at 5. They're going to have to hurry.
Gotta go.
Goff to the sideline, wide of Trinity Benson, who tried to come back to get that one. And now 3rd down and 10. There's an injured 49er. It's Jason Verrett.
It didn't look good.
Verrett in some significant pain as the athletic training staff comes out. Verrett had missed some time of late with plantar fasciitis in his foot. This is the injury that occurred a moment ago, and the way they were working on him with the athletic training staff, you see him grab his right knee there as he goes down. Now the good news is Jason Verrett got up. He seemed angry more than anything else as he stalked over to the sideline. Dante Johnson on to replace him, but that is an area in which San Francisco can ill afford to lose anyone. The secondary, probably the weakest spot and the thinnest spot of this 49er defense, already without Emmanuel Mosley, who's inactive today with injury.
No doubt. The good thing for them is they signed Josh Norman this week. That could be a huge addition, and he might be needed maybe sooner than they thought. He's going to have to get in playing shape immediately because he didn't go through training camp with these guys.
Inactive today, but he may be up next week as Goff, under pressure, throws it and just off the fingertips near the first down marker of Trinity Benson, who they picked up from Denver on August 31st of this year. You see Verrett making his way to the 49er locker room and still in some significant pain with that right knee. Boy, you hate to see it for a guy like Jason Verrett, who was battling the plantar fasciitis, only played one game in 2019, missed 2018 with a torn Achilles. He has been snake bit, and you can see the frustration starting to pour out for Jason Verrett.
Oh, that was so frustrating. So tough. You work so long, so hard. You hope it all works out. You try and stay healthy, and some of those things you just can't avoid.
So San Francisco to work. First down and 10 at the 47. Reversed by Mitchell, and Mitchell, after reversing his field, gets into Lions territory. And Mitchell, in his NFL debut, Mark, over 100 yards, 16 carries, 102 yards for Elijah Mitchell.
What a start for this young kid. Minnie Mostert, don't forget.
Yeah,
Minnie Mostert had an awesome start. And that cutback was huge. He looks so natural out there. He looks like he's been doing this for years at this level. I know Shanahan's fired up about him, but he's got that speed that can get to the edge. Shanahan loves that outside zone scheme.
6th round pick out of Louisiana, where he rushed for over 3,200 yards and 41 touchdowns.
Run up top.
There it is, that run up top to Mitchell. Nothing doing for Mitchell, brings up 3rd down as we check in once more with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Letting you guys know that America's Game of the Week is coming up next. And for the first time since 2005, the New Orleans Saints will be without Drew Brees. Jameis Winston taking over for this team in a tough first game as he goes up against the reigning MVP and Aaron Rodgers. Skills with the football, spinning it on his finger, and skills slinging the ball as well. It's all coming up next. Joe, Troy, Aaron, and Tom have the call.
Carissa, thanks. How's your football spin?
I got a good spin.
Is it good?
A decent spin. I mean, I'm not like a Harlem Globetrotter, but I got some good spin.
All right. We'll expect to see that later in the season. 3rd and 4th to 47. Garoppolo off the fingertips of Deebo Samuel. A rare misfire between the quarterback and wide receiver. Samuel, 8 catches, 178 yards. He's frustrated as he couldn't pull that one in.
That ball's just got to be in front of him. You got to lead that receiver on this slant route. Can't afford to be behind him. Just a misfire by Jimmy Garoppolo there.
Gronkowski on to punt it away. 56 to go in the 4th. Raymond watching that one bounce at the 5, takes a good hop to the Lions. It'll be down near the 14-yard line. Oh, it was terrific to see John Lynch around here this weekend. Last month, 49ers general manager John Lynch enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2021. 15 years in the NFL as a defensive back, 9-time Pro Bowler. Got the gold jacket, former Fox colleague of ours in the booth, and now the architect of the San Francisco 49er football team.
And what a team he's put together these last few years. Save for some injuries, I mean, these guys have the talent. They got a star-studded cast on both sides of the ball. He's not afraid to bring in talent like Josh Norman we talked about, and not afraid to take chances on these young kids, whether it's Mostert, whether it's Mitchell.
Off to the sidelines, coming back for that one is Trinity Benson. Short gain and a 2nd down. And that 49ers culture is one of the ideals that Dan Campbell and this Lions staff are trying to establish here in Detroit. We've been here over the last few days as Hawkinson's out of bounds with a 1st down. And Mark, the conversation from ownership all the way down, one word that continued to come up was culture all the time for everybody around this Lions franchise.
It's the culture and it's the grit. They want toughness. They want guys who can get punched in the mouth and get back up, stay standing, and keep fighting out there. And that's what they're looking for. But it takes a long time. It takes a few years to get to where the 49ers are at, dominating the line of scrimmage and adding superstars all over the roster.
Off to the air once more. Catch made by DeAndre Swift. And Laura, I know you heard it as well. Everybody we talked to around Detroit, almost the first word they said was culture.
It was, and one of the biggest things Sheila Ford Hamp saw was the building took on the identity of the head coach before. It wasn't a culture, it was dependent on the head coach. She saw that disconnect in the building. She saw it in the hallways and wanted people who could enhance a connection while creating that Lions culture independent of coach or players. That includes the ownership. The Ford family wing used to be separated in the building. Now it's right at the intersection of coaching and personnel. So whichever side of the building you're on, you're going to see Sheila right there. But that is the word. It's culture. And that isn't about a person. That's about what they're building, period.
Jared Goff is part of that for Detroit. He said, I came from a really good culture. Dan Campbell has a lot of that in his makeup as well. And you bring in guys like Jared Goff, who you hope can translate some of that culture that they soaked up elsewhere. Jared's case from the Los Angeles Rams and the McVay culture out there. Dan Campbell comes from the Sean Payton culture. I mean, that you'll hear that word a lot around Detroit over the next couple of seasons. They are committed to building this thing from the ground up, and that's what they have to do. And they acknowledge this is not going to be a fast process. Dan Campbell's a guy, though, that they're very confident can get it done. 10 years in the league as a tight end, 12th season NFL coach, first as Lions head coach. He was interim coach for Miami. And he's quotable, biting kneecaps, no turds here. This is a guy who has provided good quotes. Now he's trying to provide the building blocks for this franchise to rise. 2nd and 5. Goff steps away from Bosa, airing it deep down the sideline, overshot Quintez Cephas. Now 3rd down. On the energy for Dan Campbell, it's genuine, Mark. But it may be a little bit enhanced by his morning coffee ritual.
Holy moly.
2 venti coffees, 4 espresso shots, approximately 1,000 milligrams of caffeine. I know one person, our producer Mark Titleman, who can top that over the course of a day.
With this Red Bull, but this is insane. This is a lot of coffee.
Every day.
My man's wired.
We may or may not have provided him a gift card to get his morning coffee. I believe $20 provides him 2 coffees with that order. As I hold Amador Lenore working against Trinity Benson on the sideline and flag down.
I think Lenore got a little too physical down the field right there.
Ball's placed at the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Rookie from Oregon working against Trinity Benson.
Little too much contact. Little too much contact. Well, we saw Jimmy Ward go out. Do we know what happened there? Just because that's another 49er in this back end who they can absolutely not afford to lose.
Still on the sidelines, being tended to by the athletic training staff as Goff gets the shotgun snap after the penalty on 1st down. Big hit. That'll jar the ball loose. Azeez Al-Shire. We've said his name several times today. This front 7 for San Francisco is outstanding.
And he's been all over these halfbacks. Look how quickly he got to that halfback and reacted to that check down. Ooh. He's going to need a back adjustment after that thing. Holy cow.
DeAndre Swift
hit him like a Mack truck.
Tavon Wilson in the secondary now, replacing injured Jimmy Ward a moment ago. Goff, pressure up the middle, checks it down to Swift. Swift makes one-man miss and nudges it to the San Francisco 49. Injury update with Laura.
The Niners really have had everything going their way this game, except this is a big injury you guys have been talking about. Jason Verrett has been ruled out for the rest of the game with that knee injury.
And again, if there's a weakness on this San Francisco defense, it's definitely in the secondary, not necessarily the quality of player, but the depth back there in the secondary, Mark. They can ill afford to lose a guy like Jason Verrett for long.
Oh, no doubt. They need these guys in the back end. That's their only questionable spot right now, depth-wise, because they've added depth, especially after going through last year with those 31, 32 IR guys. You need it.
Up to 44 on 1st down. Goff on the roll away from that pressure, and it's Williams who bounces down to the 40-yard line in the arms of Marcel Harris.
What a great job by Jared Goff on this drive, just taking completions, keeping the ball underneath. This defense is blanketing everything over the top and just making them check it down.
Burning clock in the process as Goff will throw over the middle once more to Williams. And Williams twists down to the 32-yard line. Demetrius Flanagan fouls with the tackle. Another injured 49er. And oh my, this is Azeez Al-Shire that is slow to get up. San Francisco fans are having some unwelcome flashbacks right now to the 2020 season. You see Verrett go, you see Al-Shire down now, and all too familiar sight if you're a 49er fan. Coming in, right side right there.
Isn't much contact. Looks like I don't know what that was. But this, I mean, this game can't end soon enough. If you're from the Bay Area, you're just like, run this clock out, please. Just get us out of here, because half of our guys are limping off the field. I mean, this is getting ugly for these guys. This is running off okay. Obviously not as nimble as he was covering those halfbacks and inflicting pain on those running backs, but hopefully he can bounce back quickly.
32 players on IR a year ago. Marcel Harris in to replace Al-Shire. You look back at that 6-10 season, that all those players on IR that played the last month of the year in Arizona with the COVID protocols in California. Not an easy year in any way, shape, or form. As Goff on the roll, throws it short. Cephas trying to break free, can't break the tackle of Flanagan fouls as we check in with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Eagles up 22-6 in Atlanta. Jalen Hurts throws this screen to Jalen Reagor, who does the rest. 23-yard score. Eagles big in this one, 29-6.
Eagles rolling quick to Jamal Williams, and Williams with a first down for Detroit as we hit the 2-minute warning here at Ford Field. All San Francisco in this one, 41-17. Niners close it in on a 1-0 start. Joe Louis Fist, Detroit, Michigan, where the Lions down big 41-17 with Mark Sanchez and Laura Oakman, Kevin Kugler back at Ford Field. Lions in the midst of an 11-play, 69-yard drive. Every play a pass for Jared Goff, who's thrown for 245 yards and 2 scores in his Lions debut. On first down and 10 at the San Francisco 17-yard line. Al-Shire back out there. Goff looking for the end zone for Trinity Benson. That's incomplete. There's a flag. Dante Johnson in the secondary, just brought up to the practice squad for this game. It's going to be flagged for interference against Trinity Benson.
Pass interference, defense, number 27. Automatic first down.
I think he just pulled on him a little too much right at the end as the ball was almost there. For Trinity Benson right there, that right shoulder. See him pull that right shoulder down? That was it.
71 is reporting eligible. Number 71.
Hear Brad Rogers say Logan Stenberg is eligible. We saw this in practice on Friday. Yeah. Detroit threw a touchdown pass to Logan Stenberg in practice on Friday. He's on the left side of the line. Fells in motion.
They're good to boot Jared Goff, too.
Handoff instead, and it's a touchdown for Jamal Williams.
Nothing wrong with that. Keep it simple.
So the Lions put 6 more on the board with 1:53 remaining in the ballgame.
Look at that kick out by Jonah Jackson, too. Been a great job, too, opening up the hole. Almost untouched.
Lions going for 2 with 1:53 to go. 41-23 ball game. Wide open Hawkinson for a 2-point conversion.
Great job out of that bunch formation. Just picking for Hawkinson on the inside. Hawkinson's going to sneak out, and these other guys are just going to block for him inside. Just gently screen those those defensive backs. And look at Talanoa Hufanga has a tough time fighting through traffic. And a good job by Jared Goff utilizing the quick count, getting up to the line of scrimmage, not giving them a chance to diagnose the tight bunch formation. That was those 3 receivers up at the top of the screen and catching them off guard with a rookie in the game.
For San Francisco, they've got to go back home from the long trip to take care of the Eagles on the road. Packers follow, then Seahawks and Cardinals. It is not going to be an easy road for San Francisco through these first 5 games, and not easy as well for the Detroit Lions. Look, it's the National Football League. They're going to run across a pro every single time. But for Dan Campbell's squad, Packers, Ravens, Bears on the road, Vikings on the road, and then the Bengals at home. So the Lions down 2 scores on 2 two-point conversions. They'll try the onside kick, and it'll bounce off the face mask of Kittle, and it's recovered by Detroit.
We got a little action here in Detroit.
Igwebuike covers up the onside kick as it clanged off the face of George Kittle.
And textbook, the way you kick this onside kick, getting the right bounce to short hop right in front of George Kittle. That's a tough one.
And Igwebuike right there, right place, right time.
Great reaction too. Oh, tough one for George Kittle. That was a short hop. A couple of those next door going on in that Tigers game. Holy cow.
Tigers and Rays playing next door this afternoon in downtown Detroit. Tough hop grounder there. 1st and 10 at the 41. Goff to the sideline. Catch made by Benson, and he'll stay inbound. Lions still have all 3 timeouts, but they're going to hurry up as Ambry Thomas makes the tackle.
They really got to go. Jared's doing a great job of working his one-on-one matchups when he's got him in 3-by-1.
On 1st down, Goff looking again. Hawkinson has it, and TJ will get out of bounds at the 35-yard line. We check in with Laura Oakman.
Quick injury update. Last time we saw Jeff Okudah, he was limping pretty severely off the field. They took him into the locker room to undergo tests. It is a foot injury that kept him out, and that will keep him out, obviously, the rest of this game.
All right, Laura, thanks. Again, that's a problem for the Lions down the road. That youngster battled the groin injury last year, and now a foot injury knocks him out in game 1 of the 2021 season. From the 35-yard line, Goff steps away from pressure. He'll tuck it and run. Goff motoring to the sideline and out of bounds, close to a 1st down at the 25. Lenore and Alshire run him out. 1:22 to go in the 4th, and Flanagan fouls down on the field for San Francisco.
Get out, not another one.
Injury timeout, San Francisco, their 2nd.
So while they tend to the 49er linebacker, we check back in with Carissa Thompson.
Thank you so much. Vikings down 24-21, 3 seconds left. Greg Joseph's 53-yard field goal attempt is good to tie the game. We're going to OT in Cincinnati, time permitting. We'll get you out there.
Carissa, thanks. Good one there between the Vikings and Bengals. Lions trying to make this one interesting in the final minute plus. Detroit 3 straight plays of 10 yards or more, and if we have time permitting, there will be bonus coverage of that Vikings-Bengals game, as Carissa mentioned.
And an impressive job by Jared Goff of just taking underneath completions, letting his guys work. They've had some timely penalties work against the 49ers that have given him even more yards. He's doing an awesome job right now. Listen, they're down 16, okay? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but he's given them a heck of an opportunity here. They got to score pretty quickly. They got to get the 2-point conversion, and then they got to run that thing back, hopefully get 2 onside kicks. I mean, I know it's a long shot, but you never say never.
Yeah, there are steep hills, and then there's the hill you're describing. That's a pretty steep one.
But this is the fight they were talking about, right? Staying into it. Don't just roll over and die on this thing. Keep fighting.
From the 25, first down. Goff, sideline, caught by Cephas out of bounds. Nudged out by Dante Johnson. That'll stop the clock with 1:18 to go in the fourth. Lions still have all 3 timeouts, which obviously Dan Campbell would like to save if he can get another onside kick and get the ball back for one more possession.
No doubt with those 3 timeouts, even if you're under a minute, that is a lifetime in a 2-minute situation in the 2-minute world that they're operating in right now.
They need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, another onside recovery, another touchdown, and another 2-point conversion. Goff looking for that touchdown. Leaping grab made by Khalif Raymond, and out of bounds at the 2.
Wow. Look at this back shoulder throw to a smaller wide receiver on the outside. That is so hard to complete because you can barely see the guy. Impressive throw from Jared Goff.
And the Lions hurry up to the line. Goff throwing for Cephas. Quintez Cephas with a touchdown.
2 quick plays on the goal line. First with the 2-point conversion, and then with the quick fade back shoulder.
This is the play that got him in position for the touchdown a moment ago to Raymond.
Watch Khalif Raymond. He's getting absolutely gloved on the outside by Ambry Thomas. And look at this, the quick snap, boom. We got the height advantage, just throw it at the back of that receiver's helmet and give him a chance. Look at Goff with the fadeaway. Wow. Channeling his inner Michael Jordan, that was sweet.
But now he's looking for another 2-point conversion. Got one a moment ago. Goff on the roll, throwing for the end zone. It is Cephas, and he's out of bounds. Now they're going to have a conversation. Did he tap the toes? The officials converse, and it is 2. The Lions roaring back to within 8 points.
Oh my. We saw them work this in practice. This is sprint right option made famous by none other than the San Francisco 49ers. There's one. Oh, I don't know.
It looked like he may have tapped that toe. Watch it again here. Right?
There's one.
Yep.
Oh, he got it. He nailed it. Holy cow. It doesn't get much closer than that. That channels Santonio Holmes in the back of the end zone in that Super Bowl in 08. Dean, talk to me, man. Where are we at?
Dean Blandino, that was a really good job of officiating by that crew to get that call right.
Great communication. You're going to see the deep official initially signal incomplete, and it's the short wing, the line of scrimmage official that comes in. They have a conversation and eventually rule touchdown. And as you can see, the great shots we're looking at, you get the left foot in, you get the toe tap, maintains control, and the Detroit Lions are not going down without a fight.
Really big play, makes it an 8-point game, but now they need a second onside kick. Sideways kick, and this one is covered up by Fred Warner. No bad bounce this time, but the game's not over. Lions have all 3 timeouts left with 1:06 to play in the fourth.
Look at this. Fred Warner. Sure hands Fred. Nice play by 54. Defensive guy too. They didn't quite get the bounce that they were looking for on the last one. Remember that last onside kick went through that first line of defense and short hop George Kittle. Expect the Niners to just run this thing out. Lead the clock.
Lions have all 3 timeouts and movement up front for San Francisco. Back them up 5, and Ford Field coming alive.
I think that was killed.
They've waited a long time for something to cheer about in Detroit, and this Lions team is giving them some late excitement.
Wow, that's 2 plays in a row for Kittle. One on the onside kick, so uncharacteristic of him. He's a textbook fundamentals kind of guy, so I know that's killing him.
15 now. Mitchell. Nothing doing. Down at the 47. Timeout called by Detroit with 1:01 to go in the fourth after Derek Barnes and Aline McNeil combine on the stop of Mitchell.
Wow. Kev, can you imagine? Talk about grit, toughness, and building a culture. I'm just saying, if there's any way these guys even have a shot at the end of this game, if they get one more possession, I mean, that's everything Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, Deuce Staley, Mark Brunell, all these former player coaches, that was their biggest fear. But if we get punched in the mouth, we're just going to lay down, roll over, and die, and say, this is what happens in Detroit with the Lions. But this team's showing some fight. They're showing a little grit. Without that pick six, it's a different ball game, Kev.
8-point game, 2nd and 14 at the 47. Samuel in motion. Mitchell, the running back. The give is to Mitchell, and Mitchell finds yardage to the 45. 2-yard pickup. Barnes on the stop. Timeout number 2 used by Detroit. How have the Lions made this a game? Well, the comeback, a little run for Jamal Williams. It was an onside kick, bouncing off George Kittle, recovered by Igwebuike. And then Goff finding Quintez Cephas for the touchdown, and the former Wisconsin Badger helping the Lions get right back into this game, and Goff warming up with a chance at a rally in mind. Biggest play of the game right here. Garoppolo off play action will throw it short. Catch by Samuel, and he lost the football! He lost the ball, and the Lions have it at the 30-yard line.
Kev, that thing was in the bag. Wow. Great job on the play action. You could tell. Jimmy Garoppolo. Wow. Jimmy Garoppolo was second-guessed his throw. He makes a great throw. Finding Samuel over the middle. And look at that punch.
Trey Flowers with the punch out. And the recovery by Fatu Melifonwu.
Oh, man.
And how about this?
I mean, Jimmy was hesitant to even get this ball airborne because you don't want to stop the clock. All you want to do is keep that thing rolling. If anything, Jimmy Garoppolo was just going to fall down, take the sack, and take their chances on defense, maybe try a long field goal. But this turnover, what a change of events. Absolutely can happen. You got to cover that thing up with 2 hands. Jared Goff, what do you got, kid?
1 timeout to work with. Goff to the air on 1st down, looking for Benson. Jump ball batted away by Dante Johnson. Excellent work by the former member of the NC State Wolfpack.
He's working that one-on-one matchup. He's seen it all game long. Every time they go 3-by-1, hey, I'm going to try this one-on-one matchup. Just not enough by Benson. He was thinking go by him. Goff was thinking back shoulder miscommunication, quarterback and receiver. Kev, we got a ball game, man.
2nd and 10, 47 seconds to go. Dan Campbell prowling the sideline. Goff trying to lead the Lions to an improbable comeback. Goff open at midfield and out of bounds. St. Brown, the USC rookie, gives the Lions a 1st down.
Just a little flood route, working a corner route here. He's going to come into the bottom of your screen. Great job getting all of his depth and making sure he leaves plenty of space behind the defenders for Goff to look him off, look in the flat, hold Fred Warner, hold 24 Williams, and dump it right over their head. Well played by Goff, and a great disciplined route by a young rookie out of SC.
41-33. Goff down the sideline trying to adjust, and Quintez Cephas just couldn't climb up enough to get it.
Goff again saying every time I get that one-on-one matchup, I'm going to hold the safety and I'm going to give my guy a shot down the sideline. It's all right. These end up being long foul balls. As long as the defenders aren't getting their hands on this, we're all good. But a great play by Dante Johnson 2 times in a row. They're testing this guy with different wideouts.
2nd and 10, 37 seconds to play. Lions down 8. Goff, wobbler, caught down to the 25-yard line.
Great find by Jared Goff.
And he'll use his final timeout mark with 30 seconds to go.
With Khalif Raymond working the middle of the field on a deep in route, they're going to clear it out with these two inside receivers. And watch Khalif Raymond just find space in between Fred Warner and Jimmy Ward, number 1 right there. Look at Goff staring down the barrel. He loses vision on him. Look at that. He doesn't even see this ball come out all the way, and it's a wobbler. It looks almost like a punt, but he gets it to the right spot. Oh man, this is how it happened, Kev.
This game was done. Samuel goes down. He has enough yardage for the first down, but the punch out by Trey Flowers and the turnover gives it back to the Lions, who are 25 yards away from a touchdown and a 2-point try that could potentially tie this game. It was 38-10, San Francisco.
Unbelievable. I mean, talk about emptying your gun, emptying the barrel right here. What other 2-point plays they got? They used the sprint right option, the tried and true 2-point play. They used the fadeaway little shot from Jared Goff with the quick fade. I'm thinking about as soon as this ball gets in the end zone, we got a 2-point play we got to dial up, folks. We got a lot of ball left here.
25-yard line, first down. Jared Goff and the Lions. Can they pull this off? Goff up the middle, pressure, and Goff will just throw this one away. Live to see second down and 10. And clock stops with 27 seconds to go.
So smart when you see on the backside what San Francisco's doing. I guarantee D'Amico Ryans is reminding these guys and reminding Fred Warner in his helmet, he's wearing the green dot. Hey, remind that backside safety to not just make it look like one-on-one on the backside. Make it a little murky. Just muddy up the water just a tiny bit so Jared Goff doesn't get an easy look at a one-on-one matchup at the bottom of your screen. And they're also telling that backside cornerback, number 27, Dante Johnson, don't give him free releases on the outside. Make him go inside where your help's at.
Second and 10. Goff, pressure up the middle. Flushed. Goff digging for the sideline and shoved out. Eric Armstead on the chase. 20 seconds to go. Only 1 yard on the play. No timeouts. 20 seconds. 3rd and 9 for the Lions.
And he was expecting his receiver up top to understand it's a scramble drill. Come back to me. Work back to the quarterback. You don't get enough. There's not enough return on that investment of running all the way out of bounds. Just throw that thing out of bounds. Sail it into the 7th row if you have to, but save some time. Obviously, in 4th down territory, Jared Goff, you do not have to get this first down. You don't need all 9 yards here.
But you don't have any timeouts. Goff.
Hawkinson.
To the sideline. There's Hawkinson. He dropped it. Jarred loose by Azeez Al-Shire. We saw him limp off the field earlier. The importance of having that linebacker back out there shown right here.
And watch Cephas inside just trying to rub right there with... who was that, Greenlaw, I think? He was trying to pick Greenlaw just a tick, just to slow him down. Oh, great play, hitting the ball with his right hand. Great concentration by Greenlaw.
5th attempt on 4th down today for the Lions. They're 2 for 4 on 4th. Here's your game. Detroit down 8. 17 seconds to go.
Timeouts if this thing's inbounds. He's got it fucking quickly.
Goff on 4th. Pressure coming. Incomplete. It was the pressure up the gut from Samson Ebukam that saves the day for the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow. Look at him come all the way around on this game up front. What a play by Ebukam.
Ebukam with that pressure up the middle.
Wow. That was a tough game for them to communicate and pass off up front. Jared tried to look back just at the last second. We're going to get a knee here, but 49ers hold on at the end.
A scare that San Francisco didn't expect, but they hang on to get the 41-33 win over the Detroit Lions. America's Game of the Week is coming up, but a great way to start the 2021 season. For Mark Sanchez and Laura Oakman, this is Kevin Kugler saying thanks for watching. America's Game of the Week is coming up.
The city has been plunged into utter